All right. Hello, hello. Hopefully anyone and everyone can hear me. I was getting a few things still set up, but figured this was kind of a opportunity if I just start the stream now, actually show the handshakes and everything as it gets going. The game in front of me on chess.com is on a delay, so there will be a while before we get the accurate clock times, but the camera is there and it's rolling, so I might try to play it out. Tony so far is 2 out of 2, and it's kind of a funny thing because so far, every win he's then played a lower rated player. Um, so it's a bit reversed. Usually when you win, you start playing higher rated players, but Tony, just the way it's worked out, he's continued to play lower and lower players. His opponent here, it's a very interesting, kind of strange situation. His opponent was actually the lowest player in the section, so he got a first round bye, there being an odd number of players. And then he beat a higher rated player the second round with the white pieces. So Tony got the white pieces the second round, now got the white pieces in the third round because the way the pairings look at it, or the pairing system looks at it, is Tony had one white, one black, so he can be either his opponent, since he had only played one technical game, getting that by the first round, with getting white was due black. So normally you expect the higher rated player to get their due color. So Tony just played white. You'd expect him to get black, but 50-50, it says, hey, his opponent got white last game. We're going to give him black this game. So, opening moves, opening moves. Doesn't look like anything too unusual so far. Pretty okay. I already botched the move order, but I'm just trying to get to the position that I see in front of me. How we get there, is minimally important, right? Minimally important. Yeah, not sure how they got there, but it looks like this is the way, and this is the position. I'm glancing. I'm staring. I'm trying to figure it out. Trying to crack the code. And yeah, this looks right. Gonna go ahead and turn the engine lines off. Typically when I do the analysis, I like to have the evaluation, but no engine lines. Um, I know there's been some disagreements about that, but that is my kind of preferable way of going about it. Um, here, so the computer doesn't. Man, these positions are always a little bit tricky because it was kind of similar in Tony's game yesterday with White. Like the computer for quite a large portion of the opening gave it around equal or maybe even black a slight edge. But I do know Tony is pretty comfortable in these positions. Now, I don't love the fact that his bishop is on f1, but I assume we're going to see some sort of g4, g5 style of play here. Although, wait, a6 was played. Okay, g4, g5, pretty typical, but hear me out. Oh, see, Tony immediately played g4. Ah, no, I think there was an opportunity here. D takes e4. It kind of makes sense of your entire position, right? Everything you've placed is opened up. Now, that's a bit more my style. When I play the London, I played d takes e5 quite a bit, and even recently played a game with this same castle queenside e4 idea. So I a little bit more familiar, but probably an interesting. I mean, what do you do here as black? If you play d4, you're already in trouble. Probably just e5, honestly, in knight e4. Maybe there's a world where you take, you're hitting my queen too. Oh, the computer, by the way, is greatly changed its evaluation. It liked this at first, but now it's saying it's just so-so. What? What? I'm about to take your pawn, and it just doesn't care? Strange to me to see the queen on the outside of the pawn structure like that. Goon, with all of our all the queen d2, queen c3 games we've played, I thought you would have been quite used to it by now. Um, Surprising. I guess it just doesn't care. Is it relying on b4? No, b4 can't be it. I'm gonna take here. Take? What the heck is... I can't even... Unless bishop b7, do I still take? Why can't I still take? Because I take bishop, you take... Okay, bishop b7 has to be... I don't know. This feels very comfortable for white. Let me turn on the Indian lines. I just queen b6. Queen b6? What? Okay, this is a bit of a rabbit hole, as g4 has been played, but I mean, I'm just shocked. Wow, you take with the bishop, take runs into knight c6, and the two rooks in this case, it says, is not enough because black has a lot of activity. So d takes c5, interesting move, but the computer says d takes c5 and then g4. It's actually the better way of going because we're going to disrupt this knight. We haven't committed e4 yet, so we have possibilities of attacking with g5, h4, or we're going to drop in with e4. That's crazy. So this possibility still hasn't gone away. I mean, g4, it doesn't... I have to imagine then, if it wants to play d takes c5 in response... Okay, he's thinking. He's thinking. Wants to play d takes c5. It would make sense to play c takes d4, but... No, I guess it does make sense, because even though it feels like you're opening up the position after takes, or after takes... Okay, takes doesn't work because of e5 is a problem. Takes doesn't work because of e5 again. So takes, could feel like you're opening up white's position a little bit, getting rid of that e3 pawn, but the more valuable way of opening up the position for white was d takes c5, because then you get that pressure here on the d file. So he should take the opportunity to capture on d4 and somewhat keep these pieces contained. I'm surprised it's that big of a deal, though. I mean, I definitely see the potential of d takes c5, but okay, b5, I'm gonna still follow through. g5, knight. Okay, hold on. Knight e8, knight d7. I lean knight d7 so you can move the rook if the king ever needs to escape. We'd have to take it. Uh, hmm, hmm. So we're still waking up. That much is clear. So, okay, 98 suddenly looks very good. 98 looks the best that you've ever seen. Jeez. Um, yeah, trying to think of how black defends this if I just start running, but maybe the real issue is, and this is why d takes e5 was so important, is that the kingside attack on it and its own isn't the most threatening. Just to kind of throw out moves. I mean, yeah, if you get a lot of moves and you get your pieces up there, again, don't mind um the extent of what I'm doing, just throwing pieces, but something like this, black goes, like you've had a lot of moves to go for this attack, and you still need more moves, right? Like it's not as dangerous as you would hope. So is there anything to be said about playing like bishop takes here? That's a tough move to play, but yeah, I think bishop takes. Pawn takes, we pick up the exchange. Oh, we actually want to keep the bishop? The bishop is that valuable here, or I guess defending our king? That's surprising. Our king looks open, but geez, it's an exchange. Yeah, he's 240 points away currently. But having a good tournament so far, a win here would go a long way for it. Hey, we finally have clocks. Okay, the moves are starting to happen. There is a delay, but we're starting to get somewhere. So after take, I assume then we're supposed to keep that bishop. That's a tough. All right, so bishop takes d6. I see the idea of trying to keep this open, but I don't know. Your opponent plays c takes d4. I don't think you like if you didn't play d takes c5 in the first place, that would be a huge turnaround to kind of realize like, miss that you should have opened it before and then catch here, wait, I need to open it and play bishop takes d6, and even more difficult, I think, to play bishop e5. Or what does it prefer? Bishop a3, I guess? Which is just wild because bishop e5, wait, is the downside knight c6 and chase the bishop? What that doesn't make sense. Is that can't be that can be the idea. Okay, here though, take first. Take, okay, you're just going into a pleasant endgame. So 94 then? But with the idea, man, the dark square bishop is that valuable here with that attack. Info Matters and Doc Wop, how you doing, by the way? Good to see you. Um, yeah, this could be a very crazy game. In fact, I would say I expect it to be I expect it to be quite insane at this point. With already some of these ideas, I do. Lights went off. Maybe it's okay. How's the lighting? If I do, lights, come back. If I do the nice mood lighting. Doc doing well. Also watching your friend's game from Noda Chess Club, who made it to a DGT board. Nice. Let's go. That's fun. A day of chess. is what it sounds like you're in store for. And his opponent is stressing hard. I think that's a good sign, like his opponent's really freezing up against this G4. It looks like he's playing a younger opponent, and honestly, like these kids, they prep so crazy. So the fact that he's just able to take him out of something he's comfortable with, throw the G pawn, get him a bit worried is a huge positive note. Now, I would say, at least for me, I unless you really understand this position, you could be baited by C4. I know a lot of people that do like to play a C4. Okay, this just looks terrible though. This one, I guess we start with D4 actually. Maybe even better to take on D6, but this is just going to be a quick breakthrough. Oh yeah, we want to start with bishop takes D6, probably to maintain the fork idea. Well, no, computer says I'm crazy. Computer says I'm crazy for this. That's ridiculous. So is it a combination with like very precise move order? Okay, we take the bishop, then we play G5, and only after here do we play E4. Which, man, that's confusing though. Okay, so G5 right away. What's the difference? Because it's a difference of like a full point, which is wild. I mean, it makes sense bishop takes f4, but I feel like I would welcome bishop takes f4 with open arms. Unless you can get away with something crazy with knight e4 now. So it's not, man, I, okay, wait, his opponent did play. His opponent took on f4. Okay. So maybe we're gonna find out. This, I can't play this position with an eval bar and and repeated tries. E4's okay, it has to be something crazier. Like it has to be knight e4, right? Or e5. No, e5 is too much. You don't have enough firepower through bishop g4, so no, what? Okay, let's not play the guessing game here. 98, but what's the difference? E4, b5, bishop b7. And if you take, I assume knight takes. Because queen takes. Oh my gosh, that's subtle. Okay. It's all, yeah, it's about this. Right? Because knight takes, this is so beneficial because this will be a good defensive move, knight f4. But then your position starts to become a bit of an issue. You start with a4, okay, knight a4. No, it's just the queen placement. It's not even to take here, queen a5 in this case. So taking first, hold on, taking first, g5, knight e8. Okay, it makes sense. The knight's worse here, but really that significant of a difference. Oh, knight e4 comes with a tempo. Wow. Very subtle, very deep in the line. Like I'm waiting for that one big like, oh, this pawn's hanging now. Oh, queen a5 is a game changer, and it's really just I mean it's all of it in just a little bit of ways. The extra threat, the lack of pressure from black, it makes that significant of a difference here. Now, this also we're not headed down that direction, because here, let me go back. Let's follow the game here. Um, Not gonna happen. Bishop takes f4 was played. And now you have the choice between knight takes and queen takes. I mean, Tony plays queen takes, which, from what we've seen of this position, does make some sense. Because after take, we're now covering this square. So we don't have to take back with the pawn. We could take back with the knight. Right? And if knight takes, we lose that. Knight takes is very well placed. I think this was kind of a win-win situation for Tony. Because knight takes, the knight is just, it's good on f4. It's putting pressure on d5. It's ready to jump in. The small downside, I have to imagine. Okay, rook takes d4 is interesting. Rook takes d4, rook takes d5 in a blitz game. I might be tempted. But e takes d4, and just the extra ability of this knight to jump in really does change the position quite significantly. So I think the worst case scenario is probably queen takes, pawn takes here. That's what Tony has to avoid. So he started with queen takes. If his opponent does play pawn takes, the one thing he has to avoid is pawn takes. That's where he just kind of minimizes his chances. I think he loses opportunity there from not having the open d file. Like, he should have taken the better knight, or he should take the open d file. If he doesn't improve the knight and he doesn't open the d file, then that's not a good situation to be in. His opponent taking on f4 though, what is he worried about? Like, what's the thought process? Oh, he did already play bishop d7. So he grades this bishop. What? Wait. With the pawn still on c5? No way. Wait. Can someone say d takes c5 so quickly? I know this isn't the plan that Tony had in mind. Okay, he could potentially insert g5 first. But you take that pawn, and this is, I mean, this queen's ready to defend it. E4 is ready. G5, then E4. This is ideal. Bishop D7. Bishop D7 is so strange. You almost always take with the knight because you play D takes E4 and then go G5, H4. Yeah, no, the knight, I'm a sucker for a good knight. I probably would have leaned towards knight takes F4. Now, the only thing that could have changed my mind was all those ideas we're looking at of trying to open up the D file, because I do feel the potential there. But yeah, bringing the knight in, G5, H4, all that should be nice. After D takes C5, the C5 pawn will be weak, but has a point to rip open the center and launch attack. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I was pointing out this D takes C5 after this A6 move, because this is something I've done in the London. And honestly, I play D takes E5 all the time. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. Like, I like opening up the position using this move. Now, I kind of hope Tony on his own devices, or maybe seeing some of the times I have played D takes E5, it sparks his interest in playing D takes E5. Now, I do want to say the C5 pawn is a little bit vulnerable, but it's not as vulnerable as it often is in these positions. You know, sometimes your opponent plays queen a5 and, like, that's it. Pawn, it's done. But here it's not so easy, right? Because no, maybe we want to start with g5. Say goes knight h5. I think queen h4, not to be in any discovery ideas. And e4. Well, now I'm threatening this pawn, and if you take this pawn, I don't know. Actually, just knight g3. I'm looking at all this, but now I'm thinking, now that we've opened the position, knight takes e4 is an option. Go ahead, take my pawn, give me the tempo. Knight g3, and we're cooking up. B4, so b4 to protect the pawn can be a move, and there's this line I play. Um, yeah, so there's actually, now that I think about it, a line I play. Let me make sure I have the move order where pretty much that exact thing happens. Here, no. C5 first, C5, then they play bishop d6. So I play a late knight c3, they take. And here, absolutely. Like I'm going for b4, queen d4, knight e5, bishop e5, and I just really try to hold that pawn, and I found some good success there. Here, the difference in that position, as you can imagine, my king is going to the king side. Here, the king's on c1 on the queen side. You do want to be very careful playing b4 just because queen a3, you say, oh, but it's protected. But a5, like maybe knight c6 first is better, but the point stands either way. With our king over there, we need to be more careful about playing that move. But I also think that the trying to protect the pawn is sort of a side idea in that as Muay Thai kind of asked, is it about opening? And yeah, absolutely, just smashing through in the center, especially now. No, Tony, knight g3, take the freaking pawn. Nah. He's too locked in on this idea of checkmating his opponent. Darn, checkmates. Does this also work on advanced French? I have to imagine the French would be quite different. I mean, there are some lines where you do play d takes c5, even in the French, but I'm not too familiar with when d takes c5 works for white, when it doesn't. I just know I've seen a few games, actually I've seen both. I've seen white play d takes c4, c5, and it be very effective. I've seen him play d takes c5 and it kind of fail. So. Yeah, bit of a missed opportunity from Tony. Bit of a missed opportunity. What kind of attacks does it ever make sense? Was his opponent adjusting? I think that was adjust. Does it ever make sense to go h4, h5 before g5 so the knight no longer has the h5 square? I think that is why Tony's playing this knight g3. He is preparing g5, right? In the worst case scenario for black, he plays rook e8, and then, hello. But big downside, what is black doing now? I was thinking he could take. That does make sense to avoid losing on. Yeah, that's. I mean, c4, I think you're going to have a lot of the same issues with e4 that we've already kind of looked at. His opponent goes queen a5. Oh, okay, g5, knight e8, d takes, and e4. Losing to d4, dang it. Okay, not so fast. I guess because of that d4 idea, we go e4 right away. No, we still have an issue. What issue do we have? Okay, take, knight c6 or e5, knight c6. Ah, okay. So we can't rush with that. We can't rush with that at all. Muay Thai, you're playing a simul against an IM? Nice. Who's the IM? Tony, there's another idea here. I was quick to play g5, but knight h5 actually, I think is pretty interesting. I think this could be pretty interesting because take looks very dangerous. So you'd have to drop back anyways. Maybe that's why it doesn't make the most sense, because then you're hitting this and it's very well protected. YF chess. Ah, okay, okay. Are you gonna take him down? What's the deal, Muay Thai? Yeah. It looks nice to have the knight there, but the knight on E8 defends it quite well. So we don't have E4 yet. G5. And this could be a time Doc, you mentioned playing H5 to prevent knight H5. There's also a world where you just try to play H6 with the knight still here, so the pawn can't push. That could be a possibility. I don't know though. Somewhere I do still like taking just to open up the defense here. So the queen's a little bit more ready for the defense if we want. Something like this I definitely could see. But at the same time, Tony has not taken on c5, so I don't think taking on c5 is much on his mind. Muay Thai, you hope to, but you've got 20 minutes and he's got 80. Dang it. What's the, how many people? How many people in the simul? Um, Murphy, you like G5? Yeah. Just what's the follow-up? I mean, you have the standard follow-up. I'm just curious if there's anything more immediate. Okay, don't highlight the clock. Yeah, because you can just start running this, but then you get into all sorts of mess. About 20 in the simul? Whoa. 20 to 80? Man, he's gonna have to go so fast. Not H4? I mean, okay. G5, 98, Bishop D3. Bishop D3 is very interesting. Dude, I don't know if I believe we have enough firepower, though. Oh. Oh, we have enough firepower. Oh, would the idea be knight h5, knight f6? Wait, so you have g6 as an idea. Some boring queen h4. Like knight h5, knight f6. He's trash talking your opening. Uh, we have enough firepower. Or we run the h-pawn now. Okay, so jeez, the evaluation bar, calm down. Still early, it's still early, Valbar. Calm down. Okay, the one that interests me the most is actually running the h-pawn, even though it's the slowest. My concern about knight h5 is queen d8. So black prepares to take on f6, but then we play rook g1. Hold on. Queen h4. Queen h4, rook g1. Okay. What's on it play, by the way? Rook g1. Interesting. Oh, Tony's probably looking at this sort of g5, knight h5, knight f6. Yeah, I bet that's what he's looking at. Okay, so I am feeling good about knight h5. Queen d8, queen h4, king g8, rook g1, and knight f6 is... Oh! Smurf it, do you even rook lift? Yeah, so he played rook g1. And now we ask the question, why do we need to sack the bishop? I do agree it makes sense. Like, it just, something about it, opening up the king doesn't have h8, feels really nice. But black just plays here, we crush with this same idea. Rook g3, rook h3 at some point. So there's some threats. Hold on. Rook g1 looking kind of reasonable. What do you do here as black? I'm actually really starting to like this for Tony. Oh yes, please play quickly. What could pot? Oh, he played b5. Oh my gosh, he played it. He played it. Oh, if that's Tony's idea, because the G pawn is pinned if you don't sack the bishop after rook h3, queen d8. Tony could cook up. I mean, he played rook g1. Like, so here's the thing. Here's the thing. If you play rook g1, right? You're playing knight h5 or you're playing g5. Now, here's the fantastic part. Either one is very strong, very good. If you hit this point, how do you not find g5 knight f6? Like you could do g5, you can do knight h5, g5. I guess it's more forcing, probably the better one. But you played rook g1. Okay, there is Smurfit's talking about a rook lift. There is a world rook g3. That feels slow in this position though. Without bishop d3, like without this, with that, the rook lift feels more exciting. Could he go here? Just that still is good, by the way. Knight f5, absolute wild move. Which does look very dangerous. I mean, maybe a bit too wild. I don't know if how much of that morning monster Tony's drank, but I don't know if he's feeling the energy for a move like this. But that also has some danger to it. Maybe I shouldn't say those words. Uh, okay. How dangerous is it? Let's say I don't care. Because, sometimes I don't care. Yeah, you should care. Okay, wait. I stop you. No, queen h6. How many pieces do we get a sack by the end? How many? We're gonna play here, of course, not queen f8 checkmate in one because we want to sack one more piece. And then when he takes here, we just what do we do? We do there? Oh, this equal. It finally equalizes it. Wait, no, queen check and queen d3. Okay. So we went too far. We went too far. We can't sack everything. We can't, unfortunately. Tony's thinking. That's good. Tony really should he should think for a while here. Like this is a position that even if and it feels like it, the only thing you're really considering G5. Nope, he's gonna move already. Okay. I'll screw you too. Knight H5, a little bit more inaccurate. Probably, I imagine Queen D8 now. Very tough move to find. I mean, you play Queen D8 because you know you're about to die. Uh, D takes C5. Like you just it's a yeah, yeah. Queen D8. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see this kid finding it. It's yeah. It's I mean that's for anybody that's just such a tough. You just played Queen A5 2 moves ago. Why are we dropping it back? Unless you feel, hey, G5's on its way. Now, is there a world where Tony doesn't play G5? I mean, there could be some hesitancy because it does take a minute, right? Like it's not like you play this and your opponent resigns. Like you have to be patient, see the Queen H4, see Bishop D, hear G takes F6 like very calmly. This is tough to play even though it's completely winning. So is there a world where he plays like D takes C5 here? But this, I mean, you don't really prevent B4. You don't prevent B4. Extra cheese, how's it going? As usual, Tony doesn't accurate. Okay, so the one thing Tony I know has talked about, and I'm I would say my one worry, even though it's paid off, is he's playing some of these younger players, and I think he does have a pretty good sense at this point of like how they play. Like he seems pretty locked into that, and it's been paying off. Like he's been kind of crushing it. Uh, but that can backfire, because at some point, some of these kids, they do find the really difficult moves. They do find the Queen D8s of the world. And then because you're kind of counting on the pressure, the practical, the psychological advantage, sometimes that can backfire. I don't think it's going to in this game. I think he's on his way to crush from what I'm seeing, but you have to be careful. Anytime you count too much on the psychological, you can make some mistakes at some point, and it's already kind of happened in this game. He missed a fantastic opportunity playing D takes E5 here, and I think that's because he's going for this attack. He thinks it's a good psychological play, and again, it paid off. It paid off. Like what he did play. Yeah, 100%. This is panning out to be just a good psychological move, but he has missed some of these other opportunities. Why are they playing so quick? That's again, I wouldn't be shocked for Tony if it's a psychological play. If he's trying to really put the pressure on his opponent because he can just, as he would say it, sense he's gonna crack. Info matters. Info matters. Do you just tune in to copy paste what extra cheese says? The monster drinks are how Tony gets his magical hair. You know what? I cannot confirm that because that would be too much of a secret. Um, I hope not. I actually haven't been drinking energy drinks much for quite a while, so If that's the secret to having hair, I might go bald. Uh, oh, he plays 98. Okay, here's the moment. Tony, freaking slow down. Slow down. G5, you have a crushing blow. You have so much time. Just make sure you find it. Now, you play quickly if you win. Like, if he just plays G5 and he finds all the stuff, go ahead. But for the most part, this is a perfect opportunity to slow down. Now, I don't know what else he's playing. Like, if he doesn't play G5 here, I don't know why I put the knight on H5. Like, that would just, it just doesn't click to me. I think if he doesn't play G5, it will probably be because he overestimates his opponent's play and wants to defend. Like a move like D takes C5, maybe it hurts me inside, but something like King B1, trying to protect this pawn and think, oh, I'll slide this knight back to C1. Something like that. There could be a world where he does sort of panic. That has not been his style though. This whole game, like that would be a complete swap. Like he sees lower rated younger player, and I think he's like, I'm just gonna put the pressure. I'm gonna make him sweat and worry and stress, and that's he's just he's ignored what's happened on the queen side and is attacking. So I really don't expect that, but I don't know what else you play here except G5. Like I just tried to make a small case for Rook G3, but that just, I mean, what are we going for, right? If we play Rook G3, we're still trying to play G5. So it's probably more logical that G5 happens, B4 and here, Knight B1, which is still looks very good for white. But this is probably the more like logical if he takes a step back, he's going to do it under the direct threat of B4. And yeah, should be quite happy. The the lights turned off here, and I've kind of just left it because I figure if the lights are off, there's less likely. Like yesterday, as I was doing commentary, so I have a room here that's basically I have it to myself right now, for streaming. But then the side events I'm doing for the events, has been in here as well. Um, and so it's just kind of like my own space. Some people will come and kind of hang out, and people that I know. But yesterday during commentary, I had a lot of people open the door to look in this room. No idea what they were looking for. I guess just trying doors to see what happens. Um, and would peek in, see me, and immediately close it. And so now that the lights are off, I kind of figured like, wait a second, is this the code, or is this the secret code? Just the lights are off. Like who's gonna open a random door where the lights are off? And it's worked. So far, no one's opened my door since the lights have gone on. Just in my own space. Tony does play G5. His opponent to defend this. How do we not die? Queen D8 still? Is that still gonna be the best try? Drop it back at knight F6, King H8. Now, I think this is where Bishop D3 would be killer. Oh no, we take first. We take first, of course, with E4 ideas. And then Bishop D3. Yeah, and the queen, if you ever want to take this pawn back, you have to make some serious adjustments. Guisby, how's it going? Yeah. No, it's just one of those things, like, I get when you're at a tournament, the value of just having a space to chill. Like, I get it. Been there. When I was growing up playing in the Utah tournaments, we would get there, me and my family, my two brothers played. We would get there early and we had our cooler with like drinks in it, probably some lunch in it. And we would get there, we'd claim our space. We'd find like a couch or a table and we'd claim our space early because it was just nice to have like your space during a tournament that you could hang out, you could go back to, you could, just relax in between rounds. So I understand that. And I feel bad. Like there was one lady that came in here as I was setting up and I could tell she just wanted like a space to chill. Um, but it's like, look, I'm gonna be streaming in here, and I'm like, I know you want, like, I get it, I get the challenge, but sorry, I feel terrible. Don't hate me, please. Yeah. So currently, the darkness on the outside matches some of what I have on the inside. Dang, I can't tell. Be on here, I can't tell. Like, it's such a weird. I mean, he's nervous on the outside, but it's a different kind of nervous reaction. Like his nervous reaction is almost more like you see that he's kind of looking around. Like it's not like a lot of chess players will look at the board and you just like see how stressed they are looking, like trying to find anything. This kid, his nerves seem to be a little bit more, looking around. But I do feel like, I mean, I'd be nervous if I was in his position. My opponent just played G5. I mean, that eval bar is just creeping up. Hyper kids are the scariest. They are, man. Ah, some of them tell you, like when they're locked in. Wow, he made a move. Oh, he did go B4. Wow, B4 that quickly. You don't think you think he's excited? You think he's That's crazy to me. All right, so different interpretations. Maybe I'm just reading in what I want to see. But if you play B4 and you're not afraid at all, dude, does he not? Maybe he doesn't. Does he? Maybe he doesn't see knight f6. Doesn't feel the danger. I mean, this is the key moment. Like Tony should sit there until he sees it. Like all the way through. Like pretty much borderline to checkmate right now. Like stay there till you see it. There's no reason to rush this. This is a key moment because he can play knight b1. For the record, he could move this knight back. It's still good. It's still tempting. Now, the time you save playing knight f6 right away is worth it. What is the key difference though? Because I assume queen takes is a big, big blunder, right? That doesn't change anything. But does it give me time? It gives me time to play queen takes or queen d8 for the defense. And this just defends because now you can't play queen h4. That's the key difference because now this is actually hanging. Now this is actually hanging. Oh, howdy. Yeah. But oh, yeah, I'll start game review at 1:30. Yeah. Howdy. okay. They were looking for game analysis, but that starts in 2 hours. The clock is off, so the board we're actually looking at is on a delay. Um, the camera isn't, so I'm manually inputting the moves. But yeah, freaking info matters. Yeah, so Queen D8. It's surprising that it's that much of a difference because it got up to +4 even with Queen D8 previously. But I guess D takes C5. I would have thought like this is still very good for white, but I guess knight on B1 just out of it. Yeah, you'd have to be very precise here to defend. He really needs to hone in on his bullet skills and just flag him. No, his bullet skills need to the freaking window right now. He needs to go out the window. He has it. What could you miss? I think it is G takes F6. I already know this. I don't need to ask the question. I think not there. That's just Queen H6. That's why you can't take right away for black. This is easy. I think the trick is King H8 finding Queen H4. I think is the trick. Queen H4, take, and then just so calmly taking back. White die, don't blunder pieces. Don't do that. Tony testing his calculation horizon. I mean, this is pretty straightforward though. I like if you don't go for this, I really would guess it's because you see a ghost. Like it's just what are we worried about, right? You were playing Bishop G3. It's clear you're not stopping that. I'm checkmating you. Knight takes F6, nothing. Queen D6. Oh wait, Queen D6. Queen D6 is a little tricky. What's happening there? Okay, Queen D6, still Bishop D3. Man, the eval bar is freaking. And we at least win the piece back? No, there's something better. I win the piece, but then you go here, and then I have to trade because my knight's hanging. So instead, I shouldn't take right away. What? Okay, somehow, let's slow this down though. Let's slow it down for a second. This actually is a little tricky. No, with Queen D8 here, no, I haven't looked at this. Rook G3? No, Rook G3 doesn't feel right. I can't refute it off the top of my head, but it doesn't. I'm just gonna no, because then I'd run into Rook E3. So I do take, and now I hit you with the most amazing move you've ever seen. Take here, and check. And that's all. That's all I got. That's all I got. Not playing Rook G7 right earlier. I was thinking about that, and then I got distracted by cheese that's extra. Like Rook G7 here, but I think Knight F5's the annoyance. Wait, how does man defending this? So that would win. But if we're not stopping, it would have to be here. No, so the bishop, I move to d3 and then take. Oh. Oh, it just clicked. It just clicked. Howdy, sure. Oh no, you're good. Streaming. Yeah, no, no worries. You just everybody now knows. You can come say hi if you want. Yeah, yeah. Here, Queen H6 is just crushing. Prevent Knight F6. Hey, chat. Do you want to introduce yourself or remain anonymous?
I'm gonna remain anonymous.
Okay, here's a mysterious chess player that I've met a few times now. I was at Dina's camp, and how'd your game go?
Today I drew.
Okay, first draw.
First draw of
First draw.
the tournament, yes. But at least I didn't lose because I'm also from Detroit, coming all the way here to Charlotte, and we suffered a tough loss last night. So
I may have seen a certain GM Feingold checking the score, and that second quarter was very interesting.
it was very tough.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'll give a shout out to Charlotte. I was at a sports bar. It was a Detroit sports bar called Hattie's, and it was really really cool. It's kind of a little divey, but I mean they packed it. There was a lot of
Yeah.
Detroit sports fans that were there, and I actually ran into somebody that I knew from grade school all the way
Wow.
down here in Charlotte.
Charlotte at a slightly divey sports bar.
You can't make some of this stuff up.
I mean, that's a good thing in sports or in chess. It just brings people together that you may not have ever seen before. But no, that's pretty wow. Pretty sweet experience. The game, we'll talk about that never. But the experience is good.
It absolutely was. Well, I'm gonna get out of your hair
No
and let you get
worries, no
back to what you
worries.
got to do. I'm gonna rest up a little bit, and
That's fair.
all right. Well, hey, I'll see ya.
Yeah, good luck.
All right. Bye, chat.
Uh, freaking Smurf it. You suck. Extra cheese, I will take that one though. I'll take being a stunt double to a film star. I accept that. Ski money, thanks. No, I know you got my back. All right, Tony's still thinking about it, which is good. Queen H6 is, I think, surprisingly simple here once you actually see it, because, yeah, no knight takes F6, Queen G7, no queen takes F6, because queen takes F8, and here I assume we take first, which is game changing, because Rook G, it's just a pain, and I don't even know how you defend. I suspect you have to sack the queen, like this, but that's it, right? That's it. If you keep your composure, just queen h6 now, very strong. You're welcome. Uh, Hyper, with your luck, if you signed up for this, your first match would have been a child who's 7 year old who's is rated 2500. Okay. They're the 7 year olds, yeah, they're higher rated than that. I don't know. I know you'll learn more about TurboTax if you file by 218. All tax forms are free if you switch and you've never used them before. If you get sick from doing your taxes, Theraflu is there to help. Taxes. Best time of the year. Love it so much. So much. Just wish there were, I just wish there were 2 tax days per year because I love it so much. Yeah, I gotta be honest. I am kind of agreeing. This kid, I thought all his looking around was nerves because his leg was also shaken, but I don't know. After this B4, he's like it's like he unlocked the secret to the universe, and now he's ready to go. Like B4, you know he's locked in, but he doesn't realize he's about to get toasted if Tony plays knight f6. I do like the fact that Tony's spending a lot of time here. He should be able to find it. It really is. Does he just play it safe though and start with knight b1? No, I really think it's just this move. Like I do see a world where maybe he doesn't quite find the crushing blow with knight f6 and he just plays knight b1 first. What else do you think he's gonna play? 1700 with a queen on a5. I mean, you know, I'm not saying I expect craziness. If he plays king b1, the extra time he took will drive you insane. Okay, if he plays king b1, I'm pretty sure that's a typo. But yeah, your shoe is that if you don't find knight f6 here, when will you find it? I mean, it's not going to get any easier to calculate. Like to me, it doesn't make sense. Like everything he's done doesn't make sense if he doesn't see knight f6. I could just see a world where he underestimates it and says, "Hey, let me play knight b1 first." Like if you see queen d8, for example, let's say you see this, you see, nope, that's just losing. Man, I get this move order wrong 10 times before I get it right. Say you see all this, but you don't see queen h6 here. Then I see a world where you play knight b1. Right? If you don't see queen h6 here, knight b1 first, because where's the logic? Well, we're trying to hope for queen takes a2 and then knight f6, right? Where there's no queen d8. So if you do see that idea, miss queen h6, I feel like there is a world where Tony plays knight b1 first, tries to bait in a way queen takes a2, and then goes knight f6. But if Tony doesn't see knight f6 here, then he's crazy. He quits chess. Smurfit, you don't like anything that I suggest. Tony's breathing, reading all the lines on the board. Yeah. Sometimes too, I think Tony gets a little bit in his head with the tactics. Just a little bit, I think can happen. As it can with anybody, but I think he doesn't want to jump in and sacrifice stuff and then feel like a fool by missing something. So I think he will find it. I do. I think he's gonna play knight f6. But we have to play devil's advocate a little bit. Sensible Pete, how's it going? You feel like queen h6 if Tony plays it. Smurfit, what did I do to you? What? What? Smurfit, I'm holding up a particular finger right now. I hope you know which one it is. I swear he looked over to read chat at one point. He's going all Hikaru, reaching for the mouse while he's playing. Old habits die hard. Hey Radio, how's it going? And thank you. Yeah, it's good to be here. It's been quite a bit of fun. was able to do commentary on Tony's game yesterday, and that was good. I will be doing well, what's the round at four? I may be doing like half commentary for his next round, depending on how everything goes, because the round starts at four, and then I do the play the master blitz at 6, so I have 2 hours. I may jump on and see and talk about it for a while. I hate leaving before it's done though, but I figure if I'm here and I have the game and I can do commentary, might as well. Do you know this is a long time transition where we played D4 going to Jabava? Used to play E4. No, I mean, as long as we've been like reconnected, because we first met each other 13 years ago, we reconnected no, actually, it's been a while now. It's been 1.5 years, so not last year, but 1.5 years. He's been playing Jobava. So, what happens if Tony plays some coward move? Might be one I do see some sense in it. And let's be real, might be one like the only reason Knight B1 isn't as good, I believe. I'm gonna see the engine lines real quick. Yeah, it's because of Queen D8, right? Like it's Queen D8. Otherwise, it's still a winning advantage. Tony has been crushing the kids this go around. It's been a weird tournament for him. So far, he's won 2 games, and he's played a lower rated player every round. You know, he wins and gets a lower rated player. And here he got double white as the higher rated player, which also is strange. Use a trackball for chess. Kenrin. Do you use the trackball for chess? Put a beanie on, please. No, no, no. I try not to wear. Is he? What the? That's not a move I was expecting. He just left. I Tony played Tony to the next board. I don't know. What the heck? Wait, is he looking at it from his opponent's perspective? Is that a Tony, leg I saw? Yeah, you saw. I think he has been playing D4 for quite a while. Unless you taunt him and say he can't play E4. I mean, a lot of things will kill you, Smurfit. At the end of the day, living, eventually leads to that. Subham, good morning. How's it going? Tony Tactic? We needed to go to the bathroom and collect his thoughts. I don't know. Maybe he really did need to. Was that a threat? Not yet. Uh, no, no, extra cheese. I would never look like a grown-up without a hat. It's good look. Well, I guess that's the first nice thing you've said to me, Smurfit. Thank you. I guess. Maybe. I don't know. Still hurt. Energy drink. I mean, people do make energy drinks, so you're not wrong, Ski Money. You're not wrong. Okay, I don't know. I don't know what's I expected him to be back at the board by now. Maybe he really did just like super have to go to the bathroom. Oh, there he is. Ironic timing. So, man, the event's going very well so far. Um, Tony's been crushing it. He's had two very good wins, and I've gotten to do some game analysis with people. I got to play some Blitz last night. I got to go to dinner with Peter and Dina and Ben Feingold and another super cool guy who's a streamer as well last night. So that was a good time. Still hurts. Smurfette is living trauma. Yes, she is. She just taunts me. Need to wear a button-down shirt with a collar. I do have those, but it's I'm saving that for tomorrow. I have a lecture tomorrow, so I have a suit coat that's like has the Charlotte Chess Center on it. That was the one I wore for commentary, so I'll pull out all the stops tomorrow. But we gotta build it. We gotta ease into it, right? We can't go too fancy early on, or people have way too high expectations. Pop the collar. No, this one just doesn't have. This was just a button with a collar, or without a collar, because for life. Then you had to go read The Art of War today. Uh, I mean, it's a good thing. Like I said, he's good. It's good that he's really taking his time here. Oh, how's it going, sir? You got the W? Okay. Do you want to come talk on stream as to why you almost feel bad? Moment of admittance to everybody.
I played
All
my
right.
first ever kid.
First ever.
First ever, surprisingly.
Wow.
Because I've mostly just done
Lucky son of a gun.
I like
How'd you get away with that?
I've mostly just done alto.
That's fair.
Yeah, I've usually just do alto and Tuesday night action. Oh, here's the camera.
Yeah.
So I played my first kid today, chat, and I think it was a fried liver attempt against a
Fried liver attempt.
a fried liver attempt.
Attempt.
Yes. But it was against like a King's Indian setup. I was late getting the night out, but he just ended up hanging that night that he put there. So I was up at night to start, and then it went bad. It went bad for him. I felt bad. He played all the way through the game though. Respect to him for that. But his friends were just like they just kept coming up to the board and like looking at it and then looking at him and then looking at me and I'm like, we're gonna play it out. Like, hey, we're gonna play.
Yes, I'm winning.
I can't.
Yes, that's your friend.
Right. Yeah. I came here to play chess today, and he's decided not to stop yet. So we're gonna
So
keep
when
playing
you say
chess.
kid, like
7.
4-year-old, seven,
Seven.
seven.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like kid?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, like you could have curled him.
Absolutely.
Dang.
I kept my jacket on purpose today. I didn't want to add.
You're like, you're like, yes, I'm 5 times your size.
I didn't want to
Careful how you play.
I did not want to have my muscles out. Yesterday I noticed, chat, this is the crowning accomplishment of my life. As I'm going to spectate games, people will look up and kind of acknowledge your presence when they tell someone's there.
Yeah.
But when they were looking up, they were just looking at my arms. Like they weren't getting to my face.
So I actually did from a kid's perspective, because many years ago when I was a kid, I played someone that was ripped.
Okay.
Like he was ripped. Now, he did not do me the courtesy of like keeping on a jacket. That guy showed up in a tank top and he sat there and his biceps, I'm like, yeah, his biceps are as big as my head. Cause I'm like 10 at the time. Like if I upset this guy, I'm gone. I'm toast. Now, he was a very nice guy. He never would have done that, of course, but yeah, it was. I understand that intimidation.
Does it truly add an extra layer? I've always wondered if it's like in my head and exaggerated, or do like maybe just for kids specifically. I'd assume adults not so much, but like
I mean, I guess it depends on how much you play into it. Like if you just show up and you're just ripped, I don't think so.
okay.
But if you show up and you're like dead serious, You
So
super serious.
wear a stringer and get a pump before coming in
Yeah.
tomorrow. Is
And
what
yeah,
I
you like we're showing off the muscles and like you could definitely give off a presence like, look, kid, do I look like someone that messes around?
Is
And
that a
then
dress
show
code
up in the game.
violation? Can I wear a stringer to a chess tournament?
Don't think we have dress codes here. Do we have dress codes here? I hope not.
I
I've
don't.
I
Interesting.
I had one tournament I played like shorts, like very casual, like no big deal. I think unless it has one, then we're not. I you should do it and find out.
I'll
You
keep
could
extra clothes in
you know
case.
then you could make a big deal about
Wow.
it and go and roast feed it. I mean, you know,
If Dita
CCC.
can use her stare, you can use your muscles. Thank you, Chance.
Yeah, I
Absolutely.
mean the intimidation can work. I
Okay.
know you're a nice enough guy that you're not gonna do it,
I mean,
but
I'll
like
probably wear the stringer, but I'll still be like, I feel like overkind to try to compensate. Like,
it's just you should show up at first and like be all serious and sitting there and like don't say a word, and then as soon as the game starts, you'll be like, "All right, good luck," like you know,
right,
like
absolutely.
super friendly, like you know, I just
Uh,
don't worry about it. Yeah, don't cry wolf. Yeah, so we were talking about knight f6, and he's played it. Oh, he just played it. He finally did it. Knight f6, the big move. Tony.
ooh.
Yeah,
Tony's white. Yeah, Tony's white. Okay.
yeah, Tony. I mean, look at that. Look at that.
Wow.
7 points.
Wow.
Calm down.
Relax.
That's
There are
good.
children present.
Oh, he's playing a kid, but let me tell you, this kid's gonna quit chess after this. Hope no. Um, yeah, Tony, spent a long time here too. I mean, it says he's down to an hour and 4 minutes, but there's a 15-minute delay. He just played, so he probably spent another like 14 minutes on this move before playing it,
Wow. Okay.
completely winning. So what I'm curious now, since I think Tony's opponent's gonna spend some time here. I guess he could quickly play King H8 actually. King H8's the main move,
Okay.
and then Queen H4. I think the most interesting line was this one with Queen D8, which super tough move to play.
Mm,
Drop the queen back, and then Queen H6 is
okay.
super sneaky. Hit the rook. Knight can't take because of mate. Queen can't take because of the rook. But moving the rook opens your king up for checks, and eventually you have to sack your queen. So I think this is the main line.
Okay.
Everything else is like getting checkmated. But I'm curious, what
Okay.
is your kid's attempt? You said your
Uh,
kid attempted to play the fried liver. We have you here right now. What's an attempt at a fried liver? Like seared a little bit, like seared
like
liver.
it
Like is
was a mildly warm liver. I don't
like
think we got cereal.
that stuff's just raw, right?
E E4 D6, knight F3, G6. I usually play the knight out first, but I showed up late and I got rained on, so I was late and cold and rushed. And
So you're like,
I
I don't
I
got time for knight
I
f6.
wasn't thinking of the
I don't
correct
have
move.
time for knight f6. Let me play g6.
Bishop C4, Bishop G7, Knight G5, E6, castles.
Oh.
Yeah. Right.
So
And
wait, you're telling me you got rained on, you were cold,
I'm,
so you didn't play knight f6,
yes.
and it just so
And
happened,
it
just
just so happens,
coincidentally, to
coincidentally.
lead to queen takes.
And to make it even worse, while I'm being rained on, okay, chat, this is more than you need to know about chest and triceps today. I like to have, where's the camera? I like to have
It's right here. It's
something
right here.
warm and fuzzy,
Yes.
preferably a hoodie. I'm not opposed to bringing a blanket to a chess tournament. So I have this fuzzy hoodie that got also rained on. So this is soaking wet. It's wet and furry. That's not a good combination. For we're on chat. We're on stream. Not a good combination. And then my first child opponent gifted me a knight. That's how my day began.
So you had the perfect morning.
It was, I mean, pretty much. Besides being late and drenched cold.
Hmm.
In chat, also, I'm mostly wet for it. I am mostly nocturnal. I was nocturnal for like 2 weeks before this tournament, so I'm still not used to being awake at this time of the day.
I agree with that.
So I'm wet with furry things that I wanted to wear that I could no longer wear. I'm late. My opponent's like, I don't know if you know, but we start at the time. Oh, thank you. Yeah,
Way.
thank you
It
so
was
much.
10:30.
D6. Like, so that's how my day started.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
absolutely. We'll take it.
What a
Got the full Magnus bundle going. Absolutely. I was even walking at a hurried pace, I dare say, in the rain here. Because he's always in a hurried pace. I've never seen him late and strolling.
Yeah, always.
Uh, this is the closest to a Magnus experience I'm going to have.
I mean, that's it. I have no words.
Thank you.
No analysis, no comment. Like, yep.
You want to hear
it.
something funny? This is a 48 move game. He's still. I know.
He did not want it to be over as
He did
quickly
not.
as it was.
He did not. He made me play through, so checkmate.
Wow, yeah, the last, jeez, the last 12 moves for him are king moves. That he only had a king.
We had king and I think 2 pawns that were just blocked. Yeah,
And oh, you promoted to a queen?
twice. Promoted to a queen twice. The game wouldn't end, and I'm not good yet at finding checkmates mid game. But there is a point where I'm like, okay, I can see I'll get one.
So you did end up flexing on it.
It was bad.
I kept the code on, but here's 2 queens.
Man,
Well, that's good.
I'll take it.
It's a good win. I know you were frustrated about your opponent last night.
This is chess karma from yesterday, and that opponent is currently playing Emily, by the way.
Oh, that's that guy right there.
Yeah.
In the background.
Yeah.
That's who you lost to.
Yeah.
That guy in the background.
Yeah. And when I walked by, they looked pretty even too. I know.
Wow.
What a day. What a weekend.
You're just at the place at the time. Like, I'm not saying the right place at the right time, but some of the stories you've told me, like, you're at the place at the time.
It's fun how these things come together.
Yeah.
In chess.
It's like it's a good experience, but man, you've got yourself in some wild things. And
playing Emily. So, Sensible Peak, I lost to a guy yesterday
that you just said is on camera.
who is currently on camera.
In the background.
This is his first chess tournament. He's unrated. He can play, but he cannot notate. And I've never played a classical tournament where someone just decided that they would not notate. So I was wondering if this is against the rules. And I'm thinking at some point, if this is against unrated my butt. That's what I was thinking. And I asked his chess.com and he said he doesn't have one. Okay. I won't all right.
Anyway, we've been down that road. You recovered.
I recovered.
You showed up wet and furry and won a piece this morning. Like things turned around.
So it changed. So my opponent is not notating, and I'm like, okay, if this is against the rules, I'm thinking I've never had to call an arbiter, but do I get a forfeit win? I'm not opposed to a dirty win when there's money involved because I'd won my first game. Can I be 2-0 after day 1 and be in the running for money? If I can like this, I will. So I call the arbiters over. They tell him, hey, you have to notate. Take his score sheet and catch up. So he copies my score sheet, chat. I'm fine with that. I love being a helpful person. After that, I look over and I realize he is notating during the game, but he's writing gibberish.
See, I didn't get the full story.
Yeah, you didn't get the full story.
I didn't dive into it.
I was emotional yesterday. But he's writing actual gibberish, chat. Like I
Scribble.
I saw. I'm not making this up. I saw D9. And it's not upside down 6. I saw D9 on his score sheet.
So I got 3Q. I mean, come on.
So I call the arbiter again, and I'm like, okay, if I have to call an arbiter twice, at some point, if you're breaking a rule and an arbiter is involved more than once, at some point there's probably a forfeit here involved. At this point, I'm not realizing what the actual penalty is. So they talk to him again. They realize he's writing gibberish. They make him get a second score sheet to actually write down the correct moves for mine again.
Wow.
And then for the next 5 moves on my time, while I'm thinking, chat, And it takes a lot for me to do chess thinking. He's asking for my score sheet. So I'm calculating, and I glance up and he's like, let me see your score sheet, which is super distracting. I'm trying to I'll help you, but
Yeah.
right. And I'm in a winning position. So I'm like, I'm in a winning position. I wish you respected me enough to resign. I understand why you don't. Stop asking for my score sheet while I'm thinking. Call the arbiter again. This is 3 times. The arbiter walks up, chat. He taps the guy on the shoulder and he says, come outside with me. And pauses the clock. So I'm like, oh, GG's. Yo, good looking. Sorry that you paid the money to play, but I think you have to know how to notate before you play in these tournaments.
Yeah, next time show up wet and furry and know how to notate some moves.
I'm actually thinking the game is over. So now I'm walking around before I leave the tournament hall just to check on my friends' games before I leave. And then the guy walks back in and sits back at the board and plays a move. Wait, what's going on?
Can I get a refund on
Did
that
they just teach
decision?
him how to notate and send him back in? Okay, if that's the case, then fine. I'm still in the winning position. I'll play on. I should be able to convert.
He control Z that, just undo.
We're getting to the end of the story, Chad. I won't do this all day. He comes back after I thought the game was won. I just so happened not to reset the board. I almost reset the board. I come back to the board. I see he's playing. I see he's still not writing, but now the arbiter is standing there watching him. So I'm like, okay, watch. You guys have called him 3 times. You've taken him out of the tournament hall. I'm going to make a move, and I want you to see he's not going to write anything. I make a move. He doesn't write anything. He plays his move. I'm in a lost position. I blundered with the move that I rushed because the arbiters are watching. And I was so upset.
You're
I was
thinking,
so
here,
hurt.
watch him not notate, and
Yeah.
the arbiter sitting there thinking, man, that was a bad move.
Exactly.
Why? Uh,
Oh, man, I know. I'm not even going to show Kate in the game. It's okay. No, that game,
we don't need to see the game.
I'm gonna keep that game in the vault.
Yeah. You just save it there for, 1 year from now when it's calmed down and you're sitting there in a group of friends, you're like, let me tell you this game. Let me tell you what happened.
Look at how I was winning, and then let this guy put me in check, and then the follow-up move was his knight forking both of my rooks,
Yeah.
and now I'm losing position.
Yeah.
Now you can reset the board. I was distracted by your blunder. Oh man. But yeah, so that's what happened yesterday. But it's okay. Fun stories. And then I had this morning. This
So
is the chess.
you're covered.
Are the chess gods a thing? In basketball, we say basketball gods. Do we say
Yeah,
chess
there's a
gods?
chess god.
Okay.
Kayesa.
This is the chess gods' repayment for what they put me through yesterday. And no ill will or shame towards the guy. He's a solid player. I hope he's in more of these events. I look forward to playing him again when he learns how to notate.
You don't. I know we're in a public. Anyone can see it. But he's not in the room. We can see him. He's playing on camera. He's there. What is he gonna do? He's gonna hear the echo of your voice and I'm a notate on his face. What? No.
First of all, I've yet to meet a
Right
chess
over.
player that can outbench me, so I'm not
fine.
saying this for his benefit. I'm the most beginner friendly person there is. I want him to do well, not against me or Emily, but in general I want him to do well. So it's
No,
just
I
it's a
hope
crazy way to meet.
I hope he loses.
I hope he loses too. I want Emily to win. Yeah,
I did.
I want Emily to win. She's 2 out of 2 right now.
Oh. See, here's how I see it.
Sure.
Beginner friendly. If you don't know to notate, that's fine. Everybody has to learn at some point.
Right.
But if you're corrected and then you're corrected again and you're still not doing it, I don't know. I feel like you're not trying to obey the rules.
Right.
So then my understanding goes out the window.
It's a tricky situation.
So I think I hope he continues to play. Well, no, I hope he loses. I hope he quits chess. Just wait forever. No, I want more people in chess. So I definitely want him to be here. I want him to be a part of it. But I do hope the chess gods do shine down and maybe some karma comes around.
Chat's with me. 3 strikes and you're out. Not
Yeah.
3 strikes and you're taught the rules.
Third
By
time.
the 3rd time, I'll become a Kramnik and get him out of here.
statistically, he's not notating.
And mind you, chat, if this was a child, if this is someone like under 15, it's very different. This is an adult. This is like mid to late 20s. You're good enough to find checks that lead to forks. You're good enough to notate. Like,
You're good enough to beat me.
all right, I don't want to say that.
Come on, freaking notate your game.
Absolutely. But
No,
hey,
so okay, bit of a crazy thing because I'm not gonna name names, but there were some dis-
if the arbiter took someone outside and brought them back to keep playing, take the arbiter outside.
oh jeez.
Oh, jeez.
No, I think notation is kind of uh overlooked at times because there were even some disagreements at the U.S. Masters, which you're not allowed to play in unless like you're a very well experienced like 2,000 plus FIDE, probably 2,200 USCF player,
Okay.
and they had issues with players notating.
How is that still a thing?
Yeah, I know, right? But I think sometimes in chess, the way people see it is, oh, notation's just convenient. They don't really feel like king can't move like a knight. That's a rule. Notation's just like a suggestion.
Yeah.
I think is how a lot of people feel it. But it's something that just helps keep everything in check, keeps the moves in check, keeps the games in check. One of the funnier things that happened, not at the US Masters, but the North Carolina Open. Okay, funnier, kind of sad. But someone tried to change the results of a game.
Like on the paper afterwards?
Yeah,
Whoa.
yeah. So, but
Are you
notation.
setting the lighting right now?
Oh, it just goes off automatically 'cause we
Oh,
don't
okay.
move. I think because we're like in the corner with the back. Yeah, we get the.
Chat, I thought some slow music was about to start playing when them lights went out. I got a little
Here,
nervous.
put this.
I thought we was about to get to slow singing around here.
About to start that smooth.
Sensible Pete says he's notating okay now. Oh, are you watching Emily's stream? Well, good.
That's good.
I'm happy for him.
He's got the pressure.
I hope he comes like to some of the weekly things. Like,
Smurf it, enjoy
come on
basketball. Yeah,
I have basketball.
comes around more.
Get an extra layup for me, Smurfit.
Do it.
Just
Just do it. Yeah,
Just do it.
Just do it. End the sentence there.
look at the lights back on. People think we're
I was streaming quite a bit with them off.
Were you really?
Well, because sometimes I explain this to chat. Like sometimes people will come in this room expecting something.
Yeah.
Like I got nothing to offer. I am streaming. I'm here for the chess, the game analysis, and all that's later. But for now, I have nothing for you. So they just take one look at me. I take one look at them. And we both understand very quickly and they leave. But it's still like a door opening and closing all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
In my defense, I think walking in to see
you're welcome.
in a dark room is one thing, but walking in to see the two of us in a dark room, it's a little bit
Come on.
different.
Just
Yeah.
when someone opens that door, we're just
I'm
like,
gonna keep the lights on, chat.
hey, how's it going? We just straight up mess with them. Put the shirts back on. What are you guys doing? Don't worry about it.
Oh man, dudes being dudes. All right.
There you go. What are you guys up to? Oh, this dude being dudes. Chilling in the dark, looking at some chess games. They're talking about writing moves down.
Tony's staring outside looking for inspiration. Does he need inspiration?
Okay, so Tony did do something. I don't think I've ever seen him do this before, but while he was thinking about knight f6, he actually got up from the board, and I couldn't quite see him, but I think he went and looked at the position from his opponent's side.
So we are allowed to do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like that's allowed.
Okay.
I think even during your turn, I don't know the extent, but I think you are allowed to get up from the board for I think it's like 15 minutes. Technically.
Okay.
I don't know if that's changed. This is like old.
Interesting.
Again, classic tournaments many years ago, that's when I actually knew the rules pretty well. But you are able to get up and kind of look around. But it was the first time I'd really seen Tony do it. So it was interesting. But then he played the right move. So I think it worked for him, and I think his opponent I don't know. His opponent still. I thought what he was doing earlier, he looked nervous. A couple other people was like, no, he looks excited after this B4 move. And I took a closer look. I'm like, you know what? I kind of agree with him. Like he looked a bit excited.
I'd be nervous after B4.
But now, I mean, you have to be freaking out, right? After Queen H4. When
Yeah,
people
because I mean, you're defending mate. Everything gets ruled here.
hyper when people said chess can get physical, Jam well, not offense. Yikes.
Oh,
Rest in peace.
man.
Jeez. Yeah, but he should just be. We were looking at this a lot. Uh, Probably the funnest. What's the funnest variation? Take C4 because Bishop D3 is the threat. So I think this is probably the funnest line. Where after this, Queen H6 or G8, you play Bishop D3 anyways.
Really?
Sack the bishop,
Because you have the
and
second
then
rook.
you have checkmate in one, but of course, let's sack one more piece for G7. Game over. Oh, whoa, play under the table. Hold on, calm down. Wait, we're gonna have to slap an 18 plus
Hey,
on this stream soon.
My hands are up here, you guys. My hands are up here.
I have one hand here.
That tickled. All right, I'm playing.
Whoa, yo,
I'm playing.
no.
I'm joking.
Well, that was two of those. Both hands are here. By the way, I will show them now. I'm under arrest. What the
I'm
heck?
gonna read chat. All right, if I got a dollar for how many times this kid has touched his hair, I would have so much. I would happily pay you that. It's a fun way to make money. Oh, I don't know if everyone does this, but even if it's my move, I pretend as if it were my opponent's move, and I search for that side, trying to find what their ideas, plans are.
Oh, he did find Queen D8.
Oh.
Okay, I think this was the best defense. I think this was the best defense. Queen H6, I think, is the best way. Smurfit was being Smurfit and crapping on Queen H6 because I suggested it, but it is the best move. We already talked about this. You want to prevent this. So I think Tony should lock in once again. I think this is a good time. Spend 5 to 10 minutes. Just make sure you calculate the final blow. But a Queen H6, I don't think. Like, I think he should find this. I just think and say what Magnus would say if he was over my shoulder. Wait, is Magnus on your shoulder the angel or the devil? Important question. Now, Queen H6 took a minute to find because it's easy to obsess over Bishop D3 because it's still interesting. Bishop D3, knight takes. Never did find the win here. There is a win, apparently. Not sure what it is, but it wasn't Rook G3 and it wasn't Rook takes G8.
What a night.
What a night. So I'm counting on you to find it right here, right now.
The win in this position?
The win in this position. If you don't find it, I'm going to haunt you with non-eligible notation.
You're gonna say you're gonna yell at me like someone who will not be named on stream.
Who would I yell at you? Someone that should not be named. See? That's what happens when the lights are on.
Yeah, look, all right.
You understand?
Someone just opened the door.
Just open the
The
door.
lights are on. I just think it would look so much different if she opened the
Yeah,
door.
but they don't open the door if the lights are off.
Oh, I
That's the
see what
point.
you were saying.
Yeah,
I
that's the
can't tell
point.
if the lights were on or off before I opened that door.
You couldn't?
No.
Man, it
I
works
just wondered
so
if he
well.
was in here. I was like, I wonder if he's in there.
Like the only people that have come in here with the lights off are people that know me and like know I'm in here
Okay.
and they come to say hi, like you.
I was taking a chance. It's like he's probably in that room.
Yeah. Dang,
A wild
you can't
skating
tell.
in his natural habitat has appeared.
Yeah, in the dark, looking at chess. Normal, natural habitat. It's so.
Do we have time to double rooks?
Well, so rook g3 was one suggestion, but that doesn't work. Computer confirms.
Okay.
Um, this is kind of interesting, actually. Because rook g5, if he trades, you're then pinning the knight. So maybe it gives you time to bring this rook in.
All right, never mind.
Okay, it's equal, so it doesn't lose. Or is it something totally wild, like 94? I'm just guessing now. Okay, that's the totally wild.
That's what I would have
Oh,
played.
Tony did play bishop d3, so this is going to be very important then. I'm
Mm.
worried he's going to get suckered into this, because this you get the piece back, but you don't have the advantage. Because queen g7, because this knight's hanging, you have to trade. Are we just blind? Can we just move the knight? We just move the knight.
No way.
Yeah, because rook takes g8's still gonna
Just to
happen.
hold everything. Because we don't have the mate right away.
Maybe goes here.
So we're not holding everything.
Makes me a little bit nervous. I think queen h6 was a much easier win. Oh, rook g1 can come in with knight support. Oh my gosh.
Mm.
Yeah. Completely. I was completely missing that idea. Is there any other idea here that he could consider? I mean, he could try and double the rooks here. Rook g3. Rook h3 now. So he doesn't have to go queen h6. Rook g3 also quite strong.
Piques my interest.
Piques your interest. By the way, if you want to chill out and not be on stream, you're welcome to.
Oh, cool.
Okay. You're welcome to stay too. I just want to make sure.
Chat, chat. Was
I'm
that
not
him kicking me
I'm
out?
not kicking you out.
Let me know in the
Not
chat.
kicking you out. Otherwise, it's just me. And I've already been insulted a lot today, so
I'll take some of the insults.
thank you. No, I know in those situations, like I am the kind that I'm like, look, sometimes I do, like in your spot, sometimes I do want to leave, but like I don't want to be like that guy. That's like, okay, this was
Oh
fun,
no.
but not
Okay.
that fun. So I always want to make sure.
Oh no.
No, you
Because how
guys don't
often do I
understand.
even get to hang
You
out
guys
with you
don't
in
understand. He
D6?
knows he's welcome to stay. That's that's
So
been
ridiculous.
that's been communicated in the dark over the last 30 minutes.
He did tell me I needed to find the move. You gotta say that is right.
Actually, this rook g3 is looking very nice, like very direct. If c4 though, what's c4? Oh, it would be here and then rook g1.
Mate in 6.
Yeah, rook g3. I don't know which one's easier to find. I completely spaced 92, so rook g3 I think is a bit more logical to me. It is a very nice idea too, with rook h3, because the threat isn't just bishop takes h7. It's actually queen takes h7.
Still, not because of that. Yeah,
So,
that would be fun.
that would be nice. It's just rook g3, inspired by extra cheese, shout out. Rook g3 was your idea after queen h6. This could be quite nice.
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah.
How do I distinguish the difference between hope chess and calculating out what is unlike? Like, is it always hope chess, or at some point should you still look for these things because they're around? If that makes sense.
Well, so a lot of times hope chess is, there could be two things. It can be one, you do calculate it, you do know it doesn't work, or it likely doesn't work, and you just hope your opponent doesn't find it. Right? That's one stage. So a lot of times, like bishop c4, knight g5, right? Well, you're usually gonna know there's a defense there, whether it's like you did with pushing the pawn or the knight jumping out, but you just kind of hope your opponent's like, oh, knight on g5, h6, right? That's one
Sure.
stage of hope chess. Now, it's more hope chess when like it's a bad move, right? So knight g5 is kind of misplaced. It's just going to get attacked if you don't get knight takes f7.
Okay. The
Um,
legitimacy of your move has a say in how much of the hope chess it is. You're saying.
right.
Okay.
So if I just do a good, I activate my queen and it happens to create a threat. Now I might still hope my opponent misses that threat,
Mm,
but activating my queen is still like a good thing. Right?
I
So
see.
I'm hoping they make a mistake, but it's not hope chess because I'm not playing like bad chess, just relying on one mistake.
Okay.
Okay, Tony did play Queen H6. I'm a little bit nervous. Hopefully he's not blind like me and he can find 92. But I do want to check here. Is 92 is the only move that's... Yeah, 92 is the only winning move.
Wow.
92 is the
This is
only
tense.
winning move. I think he can find it. Oh, Extra Cheese posted a meme. Should T.
Let's do DC. Look at it. The difference between setting a trap and hope chess. You compare Gukesh to Ding, and you should find the difference. I am not at the point where I can look at Gukesh or Ding games and know what's happening, brother.
Analyze Tony game. Da, 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 da.
Yo, A plus meme. A plus meme. Extra cheese. Thank you for
Uh,
that. I'm gonna save that.
yeah, you guys got to go in Discord for it.
I'm saving
It's
that.
on. It's on our Discord.
Oh,
Uh,
I looked over at Dina's stream. She did exactly what I thought. The stare was in full effect. I Is it intentional?
first there, yeah.
Okay. So like she has a
Well,
non.
so here's the thing. Like, so when we did the Sharkz versus Dina match,
Yeah.
yeah, and if you want to,
Sorry, I thought it was touchscreen.
I wish it was. Um, and that is a good distinction, the difference between hope chess and laying traps.
Mm,
But we'll come back to that. With
okay.
Dina, so we're doing the match where she plays 10 games against Tony, 10 games versus me. But we're both there. So basically, while Tony's playing, I'm sitting there just talking crap. And then when I'm playing, Tony's sitting there talking crap. And I think it was just the goal between me and Tony was just to get her to break character. Basically, like not that it's entirely an act, because it isn't. Like
Yeah.
that is part of her, but like to get her to break that kind of serious focus. And we got her a few
Did
times.
you? Okay,
We got
good.
her a few times.
Good.
Yeah, she actually clipped one where she set up the queen and king wrong. And I stood up. I said, Dina, let me teach you a lesson from the
I did see
American
that. I
school of
did see
chess.
that clip.
She just loses it. Now, as the night went on, and I think we all got more tired. Like she, I think, was just doing everything she could to still try and focus.
Hmm.
But yeah, for the most part, Tony in particular, I think, does a good job at getting her to break out of the
That's good.
tense.
I tried. I did not. I met Dina at Alto. I'd seen her, but we never talked. We spoke at Alto. There was like the bar after the games were over. Uh, I think she was also chatting with Emily, who I was cool with. So I'm like, oh, okay, bet that's the way in. I'll go chat him up, introduce myself. I'm probably one of the most social chess players you guys will ever meet.
What?
I'm one of them. I'm up there. So we're over there chatting. Dina's ignoring me. And I look over at Dina. I'm like, Dina, you know we're going to be friends one day, right? And she looks at me. She goes, why? And I didn't have a good response. It's like,
What? You make a good
I-
point.
oh, man. I love all the characters in chess. Yeah, someone earlier
No.
said chess players are the most non-social people there are. I do disagree.
Oh, he took on
What'd we play?
G8.
Oh, wow. We're drawn.
Yeah. I mean, I think he's still on the better side of the draw, but... Or can he avoid it? Because his pieces are trapped. He has to play knight b1.
We gotta get that knight out. Does that check do anything? No, it's bishop's defended still.
He's throwing. Oh, that's so sad. He lives.
Yeah, that kid feels it. You can
What's-
see it in his body language right now. He's amped.
Is Tony just? No, is he just?
I mean, knight e2 is very hard to find, for me at least. It feels very counterintuitive.
I'm worried he's just gonna repeat here.
In this situation, if you're like frustrated that you probably had an advantage and you feel it's drawn, do you just take the draw, like ever? Like if the opponent says draw here, do you think he says, yeah, let's get this over with? And
No, I mean you have time. Like
okay,
I would take the time and really check it out and see how I felt about the end game.
okay.
Here, I don't think the end game is better for him.
For Tony,
No, because his pieces are so awkward. Like he's better developed, but at this point, like his knight has to drop back here. Knight. I could go b1, but knight e2, the bishop gets trapped, which sucks.
jeez.
And I don't know. I mean, you could go for it, but I don't know. I don't think he's clearly better.
So I don't think the kid knows what's going on. You can never tell. I mean, what's the? It's not 1700. I think they probably he has an awareness. At my level, I don't know what's going on, unless I'm clearly superior or inferior. But I would bet that the kid knows. I think that's why he started shaking. I think I saw the kid like shaking a bit more. And look, now he has to walk away. It's like a whoof. Let me collect myself. Chess body language expert. I'll send you my billing later.
I hope it's 0.9. Please, it's more than that. I think you overestimate.
You pay me by listening to my JJK references.
Yeah. Sure. Shooting 3. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know why Tony, I think he had to have missed something here. Like it feels to me that he thought he had something. Like I don't know what he thought he had, but it feels like he thought he had something here. Or maybe he just got real nervous.
This looks like something that if I
Bailing
was
out.
trying to calculate, like say we're like 2 moves before this, and I saw this, I would think, oh, this is great. I can play Rook G1 and pin the queen. Like,
Not recommended. Okay.
We're working on it, guys. We're working.
Step by step. Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, no, you told me like just try to calculate one move accurately, and that's been my goal since, chat.
How's
And
it going, sir?
It did a lot
First-
better for me too.
Streaming. Game analysis is at 1:30.
Oh,
Yeah.
bye.
See ya.
See, I just,
Do you want me to turn?
I know the other one.
Do you want me to turn the lights off?
No, it's okay.
Okay. Side chat.
It's okay. Rook G1, brilliant move.
Oh. Meanwhile, the kid's just cold and he's going to get a jacket. Yo, extra. Oh, timing.
Timing.
What timing? Extra cheese. Very fair. That also could be the case. But he has returned with 4 arms still exposed. So I dare say my hypothesis was correct.
Okay, extra cheese. Well, if Tony does that, at least we get a sub out of it. At least we get a sub out of it. That's just... He was playing so good. I don't know what happened. Alright, I'm gonna run to the restroom. So, you wanna hold down the fort?
All right. I mean,
Tell the people.
all the
I'm
chess commentary is over. I'll tell you that now.
I'm so sad. I also wanted to take
Very
a second.
fair. Yeah, absolutely. See, and this is why the kids stood up. I understand. Absolutely.
Just take a second.
Take some time.
He had it. It would have been so
All right, you
brilliant.
guys.
And now he's taking the time to
It's no fun once the rabbits got the gun. What are we talking about, chat?
I
Hello.
will be listening.
My name is Sean. What's up? I don't think I've actually formally ever introduced myself on the channel.
You tell them about your social media so they can follow you if they want.
Is that allowed? Are you not going to permaban me if I plug stuff on here? All right, you guys. I have an Instagram page. It's all I have so far. It's centered around an adult improver. I didn't start playing until I was 28. I think it's a very different game trying to learn coming into it so late. The chess page is pretty much just about what my studying routine looks like to help keep me accountable. And I found a really fun handle, so I just grabbed it as soon as possible. It's chest and triceps, spelled out normal. Thank you, Hyperwinds, for that. I really do appreciate it. I like meeting other chess players out there. I wish I played younger, but it's been really fun to explore and get into. I think I'm 981 coming into the tournament. I started chess 2 months ago at 58. Sensible Pete, another. Okay, some people don't like calling us adult improvers. I still consider us adult improvers. I wish we could study this further, but I do strongly believe there's somewhere around the age of 25, 26 that if you learn chess afterwards, it's a very different experience. How about try chess or triceps? Please, I would not have ruled those out, but I already have the chest and triceps handle, so I'm just gonna stick with that. I think I have it on Instagram and YouTube, so I'm rolling with it. Sky Money says, "Hey Sean, I think we met once when I was in Charlotte." Sky, that can be possible. I hope it was a good experience. I hope I didn't say anything crazy to offend anybody. Action Tree says, "Stay the course." I appreciate it, man. I'm trying to I want to give this like 5 to 10 years. I started at 28. I'm 30 now. This has been my first. Well, 2024 was my first year of like actual tournament play and trying to progress substantially. At first, I was just playing like mate and two puzzles from a Polgar book just to have something fun to do at work. And then when I realized that was my idea of something fun to do, I said, all right, we should probably hang out with this. Someone says, "I saw you at the Chess Fall Nights. I played Tony there. Cool fella." Thank you. I don't know if I'm the cool fella or if Tony's the cool fella, but either way, thank you. It's a pleasure. Speaking of muscles, Tony's opponent has non-EOF that he looks like he eats nothing but organic kale all day. Um, I'm not sure I know what that stereotype would look like, but if that's what you're getting from the vibes, then enjoy those vibes, brother. I saw you at the chess floor. Come to the other chess nights. We're still doing some of those brewery nights. I think they've been trying to do the third Thursday of every month, but check out the Charlotte Chess Center page to keep an eye on that. Those are probably like hands down. I moved to Charlotte for chess, which is crazy to say as a 900, but those chess nights have been one of my favorite parts of being here in Charlotte in the chess scene here. And I've been to other chess cities, and those are probably my favorite things I've done.
Is it true you almost didn't show up to one of them?
To what? Is it true I almost didn't show up to one of what?
Thousand Fall Nights?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm that friend who's like, oh, I'm so down to make plans, and then the day of the plans come, and I'm like, wow, these bed sheets feel so good. I've said nothing about the chess game at all since you left. So,
That's
like
okay.
I said, if you guys were expecting actual commentary, I do sincerely apologize.
Okay, you didn't go for the draw. There's nothing to say. I have to. This kind of look.
Okay.
I have to take a step away sometimes because I know I'm sitting here, I'm analyzing, I get to make mistakes, I have a computer evaluation. I've sold my soul for chess, but it does just disappoint me so much that he messed it up.
Because you want him to do well.
I want him to do well.
And he was 2 for 2, and he's been 2 out of 2 so far.
He was crushing it, and he was locked in, and he had plenty of time on his clock, and he played. But as Dina would say, what is this shit? Like, what is this shit?
You can curse on stream?
One time.
Okay, all right. So you got the one.
It's a serious moment.
can
It's a
have
serious moment.
So as a friend who has sold his soul for chess, when Tony comes out of this room,
I'm gonna roast him. So
are you okay? I was gonna say, like, are you like supportive? Are you just
Well-
like quiet to see how he feels? Are you just getting on his case immediately? Like, how does this work?
it depends. It depends on if he wins or not. Like, I will tone it down. If he doesn't end up winning this, excuse me, I will tone it down a little bit. Just a little bit.
Hyperwoods just says Caden had to go outside to say some non-family friendly words. I
Maybe.
believe that. I think that was too quick
I'm
to use the
saying
bathroom.
it on stream.
That was too quick to use the bathroom. I think he was scared of what I would say on stream. Some people, look, I say some wild things. A lot of
like,
people
dude,
want to just walk away from their stream and let me fly. But thank you for that. I didn't say anything crazy.
I believe you were holding down the fort. I mean, there was a part of me that's like, maybe I should go to the bathroom again. If you're chilling. Like, I don't feel needed for a good minute.
Yeah, we got to chat here. I'll talk with him. It'll be a learning experience for him, and it shouldn't come at the price of a loss, at least.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Have I really beaten Hikaru? I heard you say that at Charlotte Chest. Yeah, that's for you beat Hikaru, right?
No, he's not talking to me. Absolutely not. I have not beaten Hikaru.
I've beaten Hikaru in a Blitz game and a Bullet game before. I've beaten Magnus in Blitz, Fabi in Bullet, Hans in Classical.
I didn't know Hans was in Classical.
Well, when he may have been quite a bit younger
Okay, fair. I mean,
and lower rated,
It
but
still counts. I'll take those. We'll take those.
yeah.
Your wins are my wins.
Amen. No, Queen H4 because the knight is hanging. He's still just looking to go for repetition now. I don't know. I don't think there's a world where he could slow play because the rook needed to get to G1. That's the big issue. I mean, with Queen H6, so with Queen H6, the idea was you basically don't open this up, so the queen doesn't get to G8. You distract the rook, you make the rook go to G8 first. And there's a similar idea with knight E2 that even though you're gonna allow the queen to get to G8, like it will get there, that you're going to be able to play rook G1 because the knight protects. So a lot of that is was kind of necessary, and now it's just I mean it's an end game. I think Tony should be better at end games overall than this kid. I like to believe, but okay, he ended up playing knight b1. I saw a piece on e2. I thought for a second I thought Tony played knight e2 and trapped the bishop. I saw a piece on e2 and I'm like, no.
That would.
Jeez.
He'd have really stepped outside to say some non-family friendly words at that point.
Kane versus Hans look like Tony versus Vihan right now. Yeah, pretty much. USAS. One time Emery Tate was up ahead with Igor Ivanov in St. George in a tournament. Do you know who either of those players are?
I know who Emery Tate is.
Okay. So Igor Ivanov was
Shout out to the Tate
living
boys.
in Utah.
Really?
GM back in 2004, passed away 2005, unfortunately.
Wow.
But I actually had the opportunity to work with him, but he played out there all the time. He's up ahead with Igor Ivanov and turn with the bishop and a pawn. Emery ultimately accepted draw ahead, asked him why, and he said, rule number 1, never play old man in endgame. Tony has his endgame chances. Guerrero, if you really think everyone can improve at chess, you never know when the breakthrough is going to occur, but I guarantee if you do puzzle rush survival, trying to get to 50 clean several times each day. Oh, that's for you.
Oh.
That's just straight up for you, I think.
I really think everyone can improve at chess. You never know when the
I
breakthrough
really-
is going to occur, but I guarantee if you do puzzle rush survival, trying to get to 50 clean several times each day, and in 6 months you won't even recognize the player you become. Don't cry wolf. I really do appreciate that idea. I would extremely disappoint you to inform you that my highest puzzle rush survival of all time is maybe 32. So a clean 50 is a ways
So
away.
that's why you try. You didn't say do, you said try. Trying to get.
Trying to get, okay, fair. Trying to get 50 clean several times each day. And in 6 months, you're recognize player you become. Appreciate that. I'll look into it. So far, I've mostly been doing, what's the name of that book? The Woodpecker Method. I've been playing around a lot with the Woodpecker Method puzzles. I like the chess history, so I really like that they're all from World Champion games, and I get to learn the names of people and see some of the positions. And then I think I've been taking that as like my serious puzzles. And then when I wanted to like relax and do something more on the fun side, I've been doing like the 5-minute rushes, but I should do more survivals. That's probably fair.
Yeah, I do like the survivals. Predictions on Tata Steel. I have no idea. I haven't been following it much today. I'll have more to say
Forget
probably once
non-family
this event
friendly
is done.
words. Caden will go into the hall to beat the H out of him. You're gonna beat up the kid.
I'm gonna beat up Tony.
Have you ever come close to having a physical altercation due to chess results?
No,
No, never.
there's only ever been like one time in my life that I can remember that I genuinely wanted to punch someone in the face.
Okay.
Yeah, like just very from the bottom of my heart, I wanted to just.
But it was chess related, or this is like outside of chess. It's the
It was
memories.
more life.
Okay,
I
fair.
mean, chess is so much my life that in that regard it kind of was
Okay.
chess, but it was more about life. But yeah, let me tell you, it was very sincere. Like you douche, like just said something to me that I'm like, that's yeah, it got to me.
Have you ever been concerned your opponent was going to punch you?
Oh,
That's from Sky Money.
oh, that's a good question. Tata's looks pretty intense, by the way. Fabi did get a W.
Nice.
Um, saw Karen and another player scream and pelt each other with chess pieces once. I feel like I probably have been in that situation.
Where you were like, oh, I'm crushing this guy. He's probably gonna. He might knock me upside my head.
I mean, there's definitely been some games. So actually, I won't say who it was, but I actually had someone that was like I could tell was just pissed with me after the game,
Okay.
and I think it was related to the fact that I wasn't resigning. Now I thought it was kind of reasonable. Like I knew I was losing. I'm like, okay, I'll play it on a little bit.
Hmm.
I was younger, but he was like very upset, like very visibly upset, and I didn't think he would actually like do anything, but because he was just so visibly upset at me, I was a bit like, I don't know what this guy is gonna do. Thankfully, he just left like very quickly after. Now, we ended up becoming friends later.
Did you? Okay.
And I asked him about it. He's like, yeah, I was just like having a really bad day and you weren't resigning. Like, I was just very, I'm like, oh, okay. He's a very, very, very reasonable person. But I think that's, I don't know. I think for the most part, like me and people, I think we're pretty chill. I think Dean and that buck I sent you. Hyper has been making some friends. Chess boxing. I could take him. Here's
Well,
my
because of the chess part, I don't. It would be a matter of.
no. I'd go for a draw on the chess.
Ah.
Take you in the boxing.
Oh man.
Extra cheese. Your biggest regrets in life are not acting on violent impulses. That is not where I expected that sentence to
Extra
go.
cheese. Me and you might need to have a talk off stream, brother. Is everything okay?
Which is odd because not being violent was 100% the right thing to do, and I still regret not ruining my life for the short-term satisfaction. Yeah, I will say the one guy I wanted to I think at this point, if I'd actually done that, looking back on some of my other experiences with that person, I would have been a bit happy I did it. Now, I'm not advocating for violence. Don't do that. It's a bad thing.
Chat,
Don't
do
do
not
it.
chat.
Don't.
Chat.
Wrong choice.
Chat.
Their regrets
Chat.
were not Christopher Yu here. Sorry, that's a bit of a
I forgot about that.
who hopefully
You
learned
don't
his
want to
lesson.
pull you.
Yeah,
You don't want to pull you.
hopefully.
What a story
Doing
that
that.
is.
Um,
Love days for me. Not
wait,
to
where
be in
where
St. Louis.
you weren't in St. Louis for that?
Not for that.
You were in St. Louis for some crazy stuff.
I was in St. Louis the day of chat, the exact day.
Exact day.
So I'm going to give the full story and lead into it. When I was getting into chess, I was like, you know what? I want to try to find a American under 30, really strong chess player that's currently playing to kind of follow along with the progression. Because I wasn't really watching Master Games. I was like, okay, that would be a cool way to get into it. So I'm looking up the. Can I name podcasts here?
Yeah.
Okay, so I was looking up perpetual podcast interviews,
I respect it, but it's not like
and I found
you
prior
lo and
to
behold, you can even mention other Twitch channels. That's fine
I would
too.
not dare. There are no other relevant Twitch channels. Um,
Clip that.
So I'm looking for under 30 good American players whose games I can follow as I'm trying to get into games, and I find a perpetual chess podcast with Hans Niemann. And this is my first time listening to him speak, my first time hearing his name. This is prior to the Magnus incident. And I'm like, what a fun story. This kid went to Russia. He was super strong. He came back, and now he's just trying to get all of his punches in. And I'm living in St. Louis at the time. I'm allowed to travel for work. So I travel only to the chess cities. And I'm like, oh, there's a tournament next week, and Hans is going to play. Let me go and see if I can get a Hans like picture or a signature. This is the first chess player that modern chess player I've showed an interest in. So I go, and outside the St. Louis chess clubs, there are beautiful tables. There's always people just kind of playing games as the tournament's going on, and we're sitting there. And in the middle of the tournament, I'm like, oh, holy smokes, that's Magnus walking out. I wonder if I can talk to him. But he looks hurried. And I'm like, okay, we're not talking to Magnus today. Let me not. A little ahead of myself. And then the news catches up. This is the day of the cheating allegations. We're all thinking, okay, we'll catch Magnus tomorrow. And Magnus didn't return to the event. And I'm like, what a day to finally try to meet a chess player and to get to follow a chess player. And now I'm sitting here like defending Hans to my friends, like, oh, I heard the story. You guys did hear it. And then he just progressively just got harder to cheer for. I still have love for you, brother. I still think it's a fun story. I might need to find another under 30 American chess player to follow. But man, what timing. Oh
So
man, what
so
timing.
this is a bit of a, because I have some feelings about everything that went down, and I don't think I've asked you this before.
Okay.
But as someone that was there to spectate, were you upset? Like, did you feel cheated that Magnus didn't come back?
So I don't know how much fan service is a part of chess like it is basketball, but when I was out there had to be at least 25 people. A lot of people were playing games. I met a kid who flew in from, good God, what was the name of that place? Kazakhstan. Kyrgyzstan.
Kyr
Kyrgyzstan? I'm
Kazakh
sorry. It
Kazakhstan?
starts with a
Kazakh
K. There's a Y and an R
Kazakhstan?
in there. It's not Kazakhstan. I'm sorry. I've butchered the
Ki
name of your
Ki
country.
Kyr Kyr Kyr
Yes, it's that one.
Karanstan. It's where they
You
send all the
almost had it.
Karens.
You almost had it. So there were all these people who were telling me the places that they came from, and so many kids who were like, "I got this signature, and this trip I'm trying to get this signature." So I didn't feel let down, but it was like I just met all these people who were like, "Oh, this is my chance to meet Magnus," and they flew in from so many like distant places to be in St. Louis around this tournament. So like I was okay because I'm still thinking, I hadn't really approached strong chess players and chatted them up yet. So I'm like, they probably, I don't know if they're really friendly and social like that anyway. But I did feel bad for the kids who like were, a lot of the kids, this is their livelihood, their lives at that point, and they didn't get to do that. So I was like, yeah, that sucks for them. But yeah, it was weird because we were all like, oh, okay. The dads were like, no, it's okay, tomorrow, tomorrow. And then tomorrow came.
Mhm.
Like,
No, that's interesting because
yeah.
I strongly disagree with what Magnus did. I
Mm,
think withdrawing from the tournament, like, okay, you have your beliefs, do what you will with that, but withdrawing from the tournament, I felt like punished the event and the other players and the people more than obviously what he was trying to do, which was punish Hans
right.
for his suspicions. So I've always disagreed. Me and Tony got into kind of a heated back and forth. Okay, I was the heated one on that because Tony's like, well, because mine is like, it feels like Carlson did it without evidence, just strong suspicions. He's like, well, don't you think like he must have, like he did it, he must have. I'm like, no. And even if, like, it's not like he was playing Hans for the rest of the tournament or the events. Like, it
Yeah.
was done. It was over.
Yeah.
So,
It was
but
a
I
weird
was
one.
curious to, I had a sense, and I feel like you just validated my point. So,
Oh,
I
glad to
appreciate I
validate your
appreciate
points.
it. There are people disappointed. Okay, freaking
I
Carlson.
have to address that comment and defend my claim. Who was that? So USA said you're comparing basketball. They rest their healthy players when people pay good money to see them play. Very fair. I'm comparing the aspect more so where if a basketball player in the wild encounters a child and they're trying to get an autograph, we kind of expect them to do it, and when they don't do it, we're like, "Oh, that sucks. I shouldn't do that for the kid." And I didn't know if that translated to chess. Like if So like I saw Fabi that later that same day, and he's across the street, and I'm like, oh, I hate to do this, Mr. Caruana, and I yell across the street, and he turns around, and I'm literally just like walking up with my finger out, and I'm like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry to do that, but can I take a picture with you, and can you please sign my training book? And he did it. So I was saying it from the standpoint of like, I don't know if there's an expectation amongst chess players that if you meet fans, you should sign things. But in basketball, they don't always do it, but it's kind of there as an expectation.
Yeah.
Do you feel an obligation? Like if someone's like, holy cannoli, they're from Utah. I assume that's how you guys curse. Holy moly.
I thought you were gonna say they're from Utah. That's the only way they know you. I was like, what? Yeah,
I,
come on, my stream.
they don't know how to curse properly. They're like, good golly, holy smokes, I think that's Kate Intro. I need that signature. Like, you feel like you have to sign it?
Um, yeah, I think for the most, like it would have to be a very rare circumstance where like if I don't get somewhere like I'm about to like forfeit like something
Mm.
that I wouldn't. And you know, it's the same for Tony. Tony probably gets it more because of Sister Wives. And every time I've seen him, like he'll talk with the people, he'll take photos with them, he'll sign, you know, stuff if they want. I think it's just like, why not, right? Like
Sure.
sometimes I think people have this sort of like, I'm important, like every second of my day is valuable. I'm like, okay, don't pretend just because you're whoever that you don't spend some time scrolling through, okay, not TikTok anymore, Rip, but uh, you know, that every moment of your day is so valuable that you can't possibly take a second. And I will say Fabi, I think was super down to earth. Like he came played at the US
Yeah,
Masters. Like he
absolutely.
was very willing to take photos, to talk, to, you know, very chill. So he definitely made a good impression there.
Yeah, for sure. 'Cause I did under exaggerate a bit. When I was trying to wave him down, I did hit a slight jog.
Yeah.
And I'm a relatively
You're a big
I'm a
guy.
relatively
You're
big
just
guy, and
chasing
I'm just
Fabi.
like, I'm just literally.
How dare you win the last game? I'm going for it.
This guy doesn't know me. He doesn't know what my intentions are. But no, he rolled with it. He was super nice, super kind.
Info matters. Things happens to Tony's advantage. We don't need to talk about it.
Said I've never been so mad. Extra cheese is invested.
Uh,
Willie Jeepers, that's Brother Trove. Sky Money, thank you.
Gee Willikers. Is that Brother Tro, Grandmaster Tro? Can I get your signature? Yes. Can you please get a photo with you?
I like your chat. You got a fun chat.
Yeah, they're all right. It's the death silence after that. Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Oh, I was reading this. The day I meet Caden in real life is the day I start reading out our Discord messages and watching him be confused.
I've had a few of those moments so far with people. No, there was someone on chat. I won't say who it was, but came up and took a photo with me.
Yeah.
Did not tell me who they were. Just, hey, can I take a photo with you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't say anything.
Mhm.
Isn't chat a decent amount? Didn't tell me until later. I'm like, wait, what?
Man.
Ugh.
Do you think there are more or less than 10 regulars in chat who, if they were like, hey, I'm extra, you would know extra cheese. But like, if they were like, hey, I'm extra cheese, do you think there's more or less than 10 people you could recognize like that?
No, like by Twitch
By name, yeah. If they
usernames,
tell you
like
their username,
yeah,
okay,
yeah, no,
more than 10.
yeah,
Okay, that's cool.
yeah. No, it's when people, because even some people, like it's just, it's Twitch, it's content, right? Sometimes you'll be really into someone and then you'll disappear for a while, and so there'll be some of those people that'll be like, man, I haven't seen you for a while. Like, where have you been? Right? And so
Okay.
they'll come back even on stream after maybe 2 months. I'll be like, wait, guys, I feel like I haven't seen you for a while. How you been doing? Like, yeah, so I was busy with this, but you know, we do this so much, me and Tony, like we spend so much that I think what is it, you know, the name stick? Goon I know. Goon I've met in person.
It's not a name I
I
can say in public. That
No, because there's two kinds of goons, right?
Arthur.
There's him, and then there's the bad one. Yeah, because a goon used to be like a bad guy.
It's still a bad
Yes.
guy.
All right, hold
All
on.
right, yeah. Chat, do not Google that. I'm a FPS gamer as well and play a high level. And at PAXs, you introduce yourself as your handle.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, extra cheese. So extra cheese. I feel like if I heard your voice or you came and talked to me, be like, "Have we met before?" Like I swear, because extra cheese has put out videos, and I have watched. I've watched a couple. Tony's still playing, right? He's taking time here. His opponent just played knight f5. He's trying to resist taking. I think. He's thinking about e4. I feel like he should have played this. Tried to encourage the capture because this pawn is really weak. Because I think this knight's just gonna just exists on e5. It's my concern.
That pawn would be really weak because no other pawns can protect it.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and pushing, I mean, then it's very in the enemy territory, right? I mean, it's not even gonna push because white will push and it's locked, and then the bishop drops back and the knight attacks and all that.
Cool.
Yeah, if you had taken the time. And we've talked about this before. That's why I'm curious. Like, I'll definitely have to catch myself, as we are potentially talking about it, to be like, bro, what? Like, what about this position? Doesn't scream spends 20 minutes. Like, I don't know. Something about this position just
20
says, like,
minutes.
take your time. You should have something. Because he played through this like relatively quickly considering the position. And now he's trying to hold. And at this rate I may not be here for all the commentary. I thought this game was gonna finish well before I had to go do a game analysis, but game analysis starts in 30 minutes.
Do you want me to get you food? Have you eaten today?
I had some honey nut Cheerios this morning.
Can I get you some real food?
I would take some real food.
All right, bet. Let me see this close by.
I would greatly appreciate. Oh, and he accepts the draw. Never mind, he just finished.
Oh, well, all right.
Well, I mean, if you still could do that, I can't leave actually.
Yeah, that's very. That's
But we might have Tony on stream here soon. He agreed to the draw. Yeah. Yeah. It's okay. It's okay. He is about to get roasted.
What's this? Oh, this is a Marriott, right?
Yeah. UNC Marriott. Charlotte. Yeah, I paused for a second because I'm used to like being very careful about a location. I'm like, wait, this is public knowledge. You can go look up where the tournament is. All right, he's gonna turn off the camera, so we'll switch to just the board view. That's where wait, don't move. Let him walk in with the lights.
It's not drizzling anymore. You want to walk it? Is the question.
Let him walk in with the lights off. He is the perfect person to have do this.
Scale of 1 to 10. How lazy would I be if I Uber Eats Chipotle?
You Uber Eats Chipotle
from that place, like the one that's
right there? I mean, I wouldn't judge you for it.
All right,
I would Venmo you
so
for it too. So split the delivery cost. Chipotle does sound tasty.
We'll see if Tony wants anything.
Let's be nice. He's expecting the roast. Just walk in.
No, let's be nice.
Tony, you did such a good job. I can't even fake it. I'm so disappointed.
I got it.
Okay, you got it. You're gonna have
to play good cop, bad cop.
Right.
Let's do that. Look at him. Looks so stressed.
So because so it just I can't help but be like super disappointed. It's just the chess player in me, like especially because it was such an exciting game. Like I want, like Tony aside, I just want to see the win because it was such a cool sacrifice. Like that's just the chess player in me.
Oh, there was a sacrifice.
Yeah,
I missed the beginning.
he sacks the knight, and then he leaves the other knight there hanging. Like double knight
Oh, I see what
sacrifice.
you're saying.
Like such a cool game, and so the chess player in me also looks at this and just dies inside. But it's mid tournament. He's still on 2.5. Like he's still doing well. So I also don't want to like discourage him.
Mm.
So that's where it's like I'm upset, but I also feel like I can't fully focus. Like
Yeah, that is tough.
yeah, but you know, let's just keep.
We have other games.
Man, the mic.
I'm probably
We'll have
laughing so
we'll have
loud.
no other games.
I'm probably laughing so loud. It's like, hold on, ease up, bro. Let's turn this audio down.
Yeah. No, it keeps going down automatically. Like that's where I usually have it set. Because I talk very chill. I didn't change it for you.
Does it like if I'm too loud, will it just automatically?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm like,
But you know, they expect it at this point, I'm sure.
let's throw a Mike Tyson punch the second he walks in, says
Just
Hyper.
turn the lights off, he comes in and you're just ready. Like I'm like, hey Tony, and you're just like, "Ah." No, they drew.
Food is food. The word lazy doesn't exist. Hyper, this is the validation that I needed.
This was the end
I like Hyper.
position. They agreed to a draw.
Would you agree to a draw here?
No.
Really?
Well, it depends on who I'm playing, but probably not. It's a draw, but
You like you got it for it.
yeah.
Tony! You do not suck. Hey, that's my friend you're talking about. You be nice to him.
Yeah, you do. That was terrible.
I know.
Chat told me to be nice to you when you walked in.
Yeah, we're playing good cop, bad cop.
I can't hold it.
It's fuck, man.
I'm ordering
I almost
Chipotle.
baited him and it would have worked. I just talked to him. I baited him so hard.
Well, you didn't need to bait him. You're just winning.
I didn't find it.
Why didn't you take more time?
There was
I looked. I looked.
You didn't.
I was down 25 minutes.
Keep going. You're winning. Who needs to be up time
I
if you're
know,
down
but I
time?
couldn't
Tag out.
find it. Okay, so
All right.
so
Sorry.
I played knight b1.
Chat, it's been
He
a
was gonna
pleasure.
take on a2, and the rest is easy. But I didn't find it in this line. I saw it all the way up until the perpetual, where I basically thought it was riskless to go for it.
So why? So you saw a draw, but you didn't see a win?
I couldn't find it.
Then why not play knight b1?
Why not play knight b1? Because my gut told me that it's in there somewhere. And like maybe he doesn't find the whole line. But
You played hope chess.
yeah, a little actually. I played
Very
one
good.
of chess too.
Sorry, you need to be more good cop. I'm being way too bad cop.
Tony, run while you still can. Oh, I know, dude.
I will say, I saw your position earlier, and it did inspire me. I walked by, and I went by and crushed this kid.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You like it? All right. Tell me where I missed it.
I missed. I was gone by the time.
Okay, so
realized.
little comments here. D takes c5 a lot throughout this was a great idea. Because you open up the D file, like here was a good moment, but especially here. Like D takes c5, you're close to winning.
Close to win. I'm not keeping that pawn.
Yeah, but you're not trying to keep the pawn. You're trying to smash through with e4. Like g5, e4. Like
Oh,
say he
an
plays
E4
queen a5
smash?
again,
Uh-huh.
g5. Actually, here you don't even. If he abandons it with the queen, you actually don't even go for that. You go for knight g3,
Mm-hmm.
and that's crushing.
He
If
goes
he
back. Goes back.
drops
sure.
back, then yeah, you
Smash
just
e4.
smash through with e4.
Ooh, I didn't even think about smashing for e4 because I always try to smash like the other ways I smash.
Yeah.
Well put though. Okay. Definitely.
So that was a bit missed, but you went for this idea, and I was super excited. And I did say here, I'm like, okay, if Tony spends the time, he finds the win with knight f6. I could see him playing knight b1, but I thought queen takes a2 is likely. And
Yeah,
then I'm like, okay, so I think Tony's winning here. You went for the right move.
Ah,
Right move.
where did I miss it?
Okay, there are 2 wins here.
There's 2 wins here.
Yeah, so what you did but you change one of the moves you played.
Can we
God
pause
damn
first?
it.
What are you feeling here? Like, what's your thought process
What
when
he
you're in this
feels
spot?
doesn't matter.
I suck.
Like, you felt like you sucked when you got to this position?
Yeah, because I didn't find it. I should roll this kid every day.
Okay, so we're gonna say this.
I still think Bishop D3 is the best line.
No.
No?
Checks, captures, threats.
Checks, captures, threats.
Uh-huh.
Checks, captures, threats.
Okay, you don't have a check,
Yeah.
right? You don't really have a capture.
No.
So other than Bishop D3, what's the other?
The only other threat is like, um, yeah, shut up. It's Queen H6.
Yeah.
God, fuck! I saw that idea in a different version.
The Queen H6 is it's
Oh,
easy
in this
'cause
version, the rook is hanging. Damn.
well no, so you take and Bishop D3 and then you
Yes, it's what I wanted, but like better done. Damn it.
Well yeah, so you wanted the rook to G1. Now
Okay, if queen takes, you take the rook.
yeah, Queen takes.
Yeah, take
Knight
the rook.
takes Queen G7.
Mm-hmm. And what line did you just play?
Yeah, that was Rook G8.
Rook G8. Yeah,
You
Rook
take
G8,
Bishop
take
D3,
Bishop D3, Knight
Rook
F6. Ah, dude, the better. It's exactly what I was trying to go for with Bishop D3.
Right.
Damn,
Now to make it worse, Bishop D3 does win.
shut up.
This one I was really struggling to find.
I couldn't find it. I thought Queen H6 and Queen G5 were like the closest.
But
It's here.
you want Rook G1, right?
Of course, I want Rook G1.
Okay.
Don't tell me it's Rook G3 or something.
No. 92.
Okay, and it all works in time. C4 is not fast enough.
C4, take Rook G1.
Oh, shut up.
This one's a harder to win. Like Queen H6, I thought you would find.
Okay, Queen.
This one I was like, I don't know at this point. Because 92 I think is very difficult.
92 is hard. The Rook G1's exactly what I wanted. And I almost thought about playing 92, but I thought it was too slow supporting the book that way. I thought it was too slow.
So you didn't calculate it through.
Ooh, I tried.
Well, so okay, here's the other point I would make here about time spending is you can get down to a minute here. Because you've seen the repetition, right?
Uh-huh.
So like worst case scenario, you just repeat.
Ah,
Like you're never losing this. You have a guaranteed option.
yeah.
You should spend the crap out of your time.
Dude, I was trying, but I just didn't think I was getting anywhere. I think I was just rolling in my head.
So I checks, captures, threats.
Ah, dude.
If you
That's-
check the forcing moves, Queen H6
Queen
is
H6 is findable.
yeah.
But I think the problem was I didn't think it was here the wing. I thought it was a little bit farther. So I know that in Bishop D3 I didn't spend a lot of time.
Yeah.
Because I had the calculation already, so I kept going forward. And thought, okay, it's probably farther up.
But then
And it was farther up.
it was. But then if you don't see it, I feel like you should just play knight b1 here.
Okay, but so I was confused because the last time I had this exact scenario, I think it was against Mosu, where I played the slow move, knowing that the other move wins somewhere. Even though I didn't find it, I played the slow move, and like, I wasn't satisfied there either. I drew again.
Yeah.
I felt like I did the wrong thing the last time, and so I was trying to do the opposite thing this time by going with knight f6.
Well, but even in that game with knight f6, there was a line that you could play slower, right? Just develop your pieces
Yeah.
and win.
Yeah, because I wasn't worried. I thought knight b1, and there's no... Ooh, Chipotle? I definitely want Chipotle. There's no version of this in knight b1 where he's not going to beat...
He's not going to beat you after knight b1?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think so. But I felt like I was being cheap by baiting him. Because normally, I think I could have very easily psyched them and been like, oh, there's nothing there. Oh gosh, what do I do? Some head shakes.
Well,
Frantic, knight b1. And then he's like, oh, there's nothing
But-
there. Queen takes a2. And then I would have slapped
but
him
if
with
you
knight
don't
c6.
see it here, this is the best move, right?
Well, yeah, but everything told me it was there. And like everything told me it was there, and I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough to find the closer.
Want to take a look at it with us?
It was like the third time.
I'm starting analysis in 15, so we're probably gonna talk through the stream and
Yeah,
yeah.
we'll be done in a second. We know what happened. And then
All right, we'll talk.
I thought it was
No,
just
I mean you guys can come in here if you want. We don't have to do it anyways.
Wow.
All right, all right.
I turned up today.
Yeah.
yeah. And then at the end, I thought it was a super good draw. I don't even think you can just sit around
Yeah.
forever. I don't think there's any entry points. I can't walk in anywhere. I
Yeah.
always have to be careful of his advanced pawns and like a knight stack on the queen side.
No, I left the stream here and let Sean stream.
I believe it. I don't blame you.
I'm
It's a
sure.
dead draw here. I tried to push like a little bit just to see if he would crack under the nerves for a little bit after surviving, but yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm gonna get a fucking fat burrito. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get a fat burrito here. Who?
Emily?
No, she had just finished like right before me.
How did
Yeah,
she do?
She got bodied.
Oh dang.
That guy can play.
Yeah.
Guy can play.
Which is why he should be able to notate.
All right. Dina, someone was saying something about Dina's giving her
Dina
opponent
getting
the stare.
rolled?
Oh, her opponent's playing fast though.
Oh, it's
Messy.
God, it's interesting. Yeah, I was looking at it, knights versus bishops, but some infiltration. But yeah, no. I think if she holds, white's slightly better.
So C4.
'Cause
Take and win. Easy. Computer, just leave me alone, okay? Dang, yeah, the opening. She played G takes F3. Okay, apparently that is the move. Wow, she didn't play Bishop F3 though.
Did you get chips? You want chips for everybody?
I did not get chips, but
I'll get chips.
She didn't
get
get
chips,
Bishop
for sure.
F3.
cool.
That's strange.
Did he want some?
Yeah,
It's like you're actually a fan of Chipotle, so.
Yeah.
Oh,
let's wrap up and then I'll put in my
God,
order.
so
Let Tony swear.
double brilliancy and I F it up with a draw. All that calculation work and it's still not enough. Ugh. Gross.
Yeah,
What happened?
the basics. Your result finally went through.
Oh, here's just.
All right, everybody. Well, next round will be
Ugh.
in
You thought he was gonna
2
punch me.
hours and 45 minutes. We're gonna go swear a bit and eat some Chipotle.
Yeah.
We'll be back there. I should be doing commentary for the first part, so I'll get it set up, do some commentary. Probably won't be able to do all of it, but the stream will be there. So hope to see you all then.
Bye, chat.
Sean, you want to say
Forgive
good?
me.
Sean, the legend.
Chat, it's been fun.
The
I miss you
storyteller.
guys already.
It's okay. You'll be back. You'll be back.
Hell yeah.
All right. Bye.